just trying to be a father, raise a daughter and a son, be a lover to their mother, everything to everyone, up and out bright and early, all business in my suit, and dressed up for success, my head down to my boots. I don't do it for the money, I got bills that I can't pay, and I don't do this for the glory, I just do it anyway. Providing for our future, it's my responsibility. I'm real good under pressure, being all that I can be. I can't call in sick on Mondays when my weekend's been too strong. Hell, I work straight through my holidays and sometimes all night long. You can bet that I'll stand ready when the wolf growls at the door. Cause I'm solid and I'm steady and I'm true down to my core. And I will always do my duty, no matter what the price. I've counted up the cost, I know the sacrifice, and I don't want to die for you, but if dying's asking me, I'll bear that cross with honor. Freedom don't come free. I'm an American soldier, an American. Beside my brothers and my sisters, I will proudly take a stand. When liberty's in jeopardy, I will always do what's right. 'Cause I'm down here on the front line, people, sleep in peace tonight. American soldier, I'm an American soldier. An American warrior, an American. Beside my brothers and my sisters, I will proudly take a stand. When liberty's in jeopardy, I will always do what's right. Hey, I'm out here on your front line, people, sleep in peace tonight. American warrior, I'm an American. An American. Soldier. Once again, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, all of you people. Yeah. I'll never forget you, and I hope you guys come see us.
My mother, my brother, my sister, and me to grow up and live happy in the land of the free. This nation that I love is falling under attack. Everybody's sucker punch came flying in somewhere in the back. As soon as we could see clearly through our big black eye, we came and lit up your world like the 4th of July. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list. And a statue of a liberty started shaking her fist. And an eagle will fly, and it's gonna be hell when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell. You'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. And that's brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. justice will be served and the battle will rage. The good guys will win every time you rattle their cage. And you be sorry that you messed with my US of A. Sing it with me now. 'Cause we'll put a boot in your ass. It's the American way. Uncle Sam put your name at the top of his list, and the Statue of Liberty started shitting real pissed, and an eagle will fly, and it's gonna be hell when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell. It'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. And that's brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Yeah. Of my red, white, and blue. Of my red, white, and blue. I salute you, thank you.
This one. Hello, 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 hi, hello. Hello, hi. Hello, hi. Shit, is my shit all fucked up? Why is this all small? Hold on, you guys. I apparently was not prepared. How's it going? why am I, oh, I know why we were like that last, okay, wait, hold on. What is this one? Okay. What is this? Properties. What's up, you guys? Wait, no. Why did I do edit, transform? Transform, edit, transform. Reset. There we go. Done. There we go. Now we're gonna loop-de-loop here. I'm gonna transform, edit, transform that. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Nope. Oh god. Here, actually, I know the best way of doing this. There we go. Alright, you guys. Please forgive me. Technical difficulties. So what? Oh god, my fucking stomach. Oh, I forgot the most important part. Hold on. I'm at work. I'll be yelling slurs for you. Oh, thank you so much. Honestly, that means so much. My voice is low. Is that better? There you go. There's me. I'm jumping around. Is this better? Is my audio a little bit better? I hope it's a little bit better. Politics. Palestine asked for it. So we're gonna, okay, so here's my mega plan, okay? For anybody that knows me, knows I fucking, my audio is low. Why is my audio low? Oh, hella better? Okay, here, I won't fuck with it then. Because last time it went fucking whack. Actually, let me move my mic right here. Perfect. Honestly, I don't have to worry about blocking my thing because we're not doing the Instagram shit today, at least right now. So a couple things. Oh shit, I forgot to do it. Hold on. Fuck. Let me do a couple things first, okay? First of all, yes, rest in peace. Rest in peace, fucking, Toby Keith. He deserved better than for us to pull out of Afghanistan, but that's neither here nor there. Because I don't really care. It's not my business, not my fucking shit. There we go. We got Israel and America. We're doing that shit today. So, here's my logic, right? Because I know I'm a woman and it's hard for me to think. Sorry for my burps. But my logic here is, like, I know on the internet a bunch of people are like, yo, like, you know, free Palestine, yada, yada, yada. But they're also, like, the same people that are like, vote for Kamala. And it's really, like, really, really confusing for me. because she's married to like the super duper Jewish guy. So I'm like confused where any of it matters. And I know like your like partner and shit shouldn't matter, like who you're like with or whatever. But still, like, it's just really confusing for me. So we're gonna like look at that. I will say as well, like, I am not ist or obic towards anything. I don't hate anybody. I think everybody has their fucking flaws and all that shit. I also don't care what you are or are not. None of that matters to me. I just don't be a dick. That's kind of like my number one rule. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up all my shit, you guys. Forgive me. Forgive me for I have sinned. So anyways, I'm gonna pin this. Also, I'm still... Sorry. Is this good? Okay. I'm still in the process of, I'm not like moving anymore, but I'm still like needing stuff to like exist. Until I'm able to get some work out here, which is fine. But until then, this is kind of what I'm doing for some income. So if you feel like you would like to donate, Cash App obviously goes directly to me. Streamlabs goes directly to me. I don't have monetization yet because I have the curse of bad luck. And so other than that, like, share, and subscribe. All that good stuff. You know the drill. I'm going to say hi to everybody in the chat. Joe from the Grave, Rip Toby, yes. Winter Gaming, hi. Dude, this Robert Tellis NV trial is insane. What is it? Should I look it up? I'll look it up if you want to like do like a little 5-minute segment. I'm at work, but I'll be yelling slurs for you. Politics. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Politics, Palestine asked for it. Audio may be low, much better. What else? Not my circus, not my monkeys. Yeah, for real. I totally agree. The Free Palestine movement is just an excuse for people to be anti-Semitic towards Jewish people. Real. Well, because, like, it's... I feel like the... no offense, just observing, right? Like, I feel like the left side... Oh, it's 7 days in. Yeah, if you have, like, a TLDR, I'm so game for it. I feel like the left... I mean, the right, obviously, too, but the left, it just feels like they hate everything that the right doesn't stand for. You know? And it's really confusing because, like, I feel like that's a lot of rage. And I feel like, obviously, the right has a lot of hate for, like, people that are trying to change them because they don't do well with change. We know that. We know that. Because there are a lot of old people, and old people don't like to change, which is fair. I'm sure I'll be that someday. I don't like change. I fucking cannot stand change. Do not come at me with that change, okay? I don't want it. Okay? So yeah. So, he said he'll shoot me a link. So, I don't really... Sorry, my throat is not, like, opening up for me. There's a add, roll, show... That's not what I meant to do. Here, we'll do this one, and then we'll do... Gamers. Okay, I need to close this one. Okay. Are you sending that to me, Joe? He's like, I'm trying. Okay. Let me pop this out. Pop out chat. Actually, let me just put it in one of these tabs. There we go. Jesus, so sorry. Jesus. Anything else? Okay. So, we'll do this. Private new window. Can we hide the show bookmarks? Never. Okay, there we go. Sorry, my bookmarks were showing and some of them just look bad. Okay. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do Kamala Harris husband. And see what happens here. We're gonna Wikipedia it, okay? It's a research stream essentially, okay? We'll try to have some fun with it while we go along. I'm just gonna do what actually, you know what? I'm gonna send this to Rezi.
For it is only therein.
Shut up. Okay. Let me send this to Rezi. I'm gonna send it to Rezi. Like, call in. He told me he won't call in because he gets bored or whatever, which is fair, honestly. And then, okay. My nephew just fucking replied to me. Doug Emnoff sounds like more like Jag. What is it? Jack me off? It kind of does. Manage. Select. Change settings. Why does it have... Oh, it should have full access. Allow full access. Oh, she looks cute there. Okay. We're almost there, you guys. Hold on. Sorry. We're going to do LIVE. Live from down south. It's Happy Blackbird. Okay. There we go. Okay. Sorry. Jesus Christ. I apologize. Dude, I hate... Okay. Actually, you know what? Actually, you know what we'll do? Doug Emhoff. Emhoff. How do you say it? Can you read aloud?
Doug Emhoff.
Doug Emhoff. Douglas Craig Emhoff, born October 13th, 1934. Let me see my chat open. Let me do live chat. Okay. Doug Emhoff, born October 13th, 1964, is an American lawyer who, of course, it's a lawyer, right? Actually, you know what we'll do? So, here, hold on. So, Kamala Harris and husband. We'll do that, right? Images. Bro, where the fuck is this at? Why does this look fucking familiar? Okay. Ooh. Bro, we're already finding dirt. Bro, it's so real right now. It's so Jover. Everybody's having affairs. What is up with that? Okay, save image as. Sure, we'll just, you know, and then we'll put it here. We'll make sure everybody knows who we're talking about today, because I feel like it's just necessary, to be completely honest. Add one. Commander. Browse. We'll use this Getty image. Thank you, Getty Images. Everybody say thank you, Getty Images in the chat. We'll just do edit transform. We'll do some 100. And we'll do 100. Is it 100 or do we need like 300? 300. Do 200. We'll do bottom. 300. There we go. Now everybody knows who we're talking about. Add text. We'll say, what the fuck? Outline. 100%. We want white outline. And we want black. Black? That sounds good, right? The fuck did my text go? Wasn't done yet. The fuck? Sorry, hold on, you guys. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, okay? Everybody have patience. Patience is a virtue, and I know a lot of us don't have it, okay? Kamala. Oh, wait, no. Mr. Vice President. No, is it husband? What's his name again? Doug Emhoff and Mrs. Wifey Kamala. How do you say it? Harris. Bro, a woman that doesn't change her last name, that's kind of like crazy weird. In this America, like, I know we're like kind of like old school, but like, wow. But like, really wow. Like, oh, that's crazy. That's like real crazy. Okay, there we go. Now I'm done. Oh wait, fuck. Wait, one more thing, sorry. Please hold. And Mrs. Sorry, MRS. That's Mrs., right? Mr. and Mrs. Oh god, that needs to be real thick. We need to thicken that up a little bit. You guys can't even see that shit. Hold on. I got this. It needs a background. Hold on. There's a background color. Here we go. Black. Whatever. You guys get the point. I'm not gonna fuck with it. Actually, you know what? Jesus, I suck at this, aren't I? We'll do this. We'll do color is white. And then we'll do this. There we go. Bro, literally killing it. Literally so cool. Like, literally, I'm so cool. And where's the and sign? Why can't I see it? And there we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay, we did it. 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 So cool. Hi, Pez's God. Love you, sweetie. How are you doing? That guy is obviously gay. Been watching the DNC. The VP candidate is even more sus. Ooh. Who shakes their hands with their wives? Who shakes their wife's hand as a greeting? Political marriage like the Clintons. Smells like it. Okay, let's start with his Wikipedia, okay? And then maybe we can move on to the vice president, because we'll, or, hear me out, we could go to the vice president's wife. I'm assuming it's a dude, right? I have no idea. That's how little I fucking know or don't care. We're Red Bulling it up. I know I sound like I have a lot of energy. I'm exhausted. Ellie Goose, what would any Dems have to gain by being closeted? They aren't the party that isn't okay with that. No. You don't understand. Listen. Can we have a gay, or can we have a woman as president? Yes. Can we have a black person as president? Yes. Can we have a black woman as president? Yes. Having a gay woman as a president? You're kind of having a harder time swinging a lot of people doing that stuff. Same with the gay guy. I feel like it would be like a really hard swing. You could do Dems, yeah, 100%. You could have a Democratic, what's it called? Candidate, but like they still want like the picture perfect. It's like, you know, like movies come out and like, gotta say like a lot. I need to stop that. You know, movies come out and they'll have well, we think it's real. They'll have the like couple in the movies, like I think of like Bella and Edward, right? Bella and Edward like date in real life, and then you come find out like Kristen Stewart's like mega lesbo. Like it's shit like that, where it's like wow, they fooled us, you know? It's shit like that with the political people and their relationships. Like I don't know. I see this and I'm like, maybe Kamala did fuck her way to, you know, the top, but that's none of my business. Do what you gotta do, girl. Get your bag. Become president for some of the, you know. If Trisha Paytas can do it, you can do it too. Okay. So let's start off. Doug Emhoff. Should I do some like audio in the background? I feel like I'm dying here having to hear my own fucking sound. Here, let's do. Actually, I need something or else I'm gonna die. Bro, seriously? I have, you know what I have? Royalty free. 12 hours of royalty free. What is this? Grateful free. Not copyright, no sounds, lo-fi spring sounds? What does that sound like? It's a little too, That makes me want to, like, kill myself. Hold on. Now I'm going to take forever just to find something I like. Okay, hold on. I have a playlist for music I want. Chill vibes. Here we go. Copyright free. Perfect. This is a little bit more beaty. We like the beaty. Okay, if it's too loud, let me know, okay? I could turn down my desktop audio. Actually, I can turn it way down now. Just don't let me forget when we're playing videos, okay? That it's too quiet. Okay. Okay, cool. We're a little bit more vibey now. Can you guys even hear it? You saw how far Booty Judge got? That's funny. No, I don't. I know nothing about politics. Pez is God. I'm like literally not the one. Make sure you like and share the stream. Here, I got time. Okay. We're good. Okay, so... Okay, now it's too loud in my ear. Oh, you know what I can do? Here, I can turn down on my end. Okay, there we go. Okay, so when I'm talking... Or maybe I'll turn it down just a little bit. Okay, so... She has zero support. If it was going to be a first woman president, it would be someone who deserves it, not someone who was handed to. As primary, she would have lost in 2020. She dropped out. Yeah. So, okay. So back to Doug Emhoff. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Doug Emhoff, right? We're gonna do. Okay. Dude, seriously? So cute. My shit is so cute. Okay. sorry. I'm going all the necessary channels. Self promo. We gotta do self promo. We gotta self promo it up, dude. Bro, literally just gonna do that. Okay, self promo. Okay. There we go. I just went in the chat and then like put it in there. I love when people are like in a VC and I'll throw it in the VC and I think it's funny. It always makes me laugh. Okay. So Greg M. Hoff, right? Share your content. My shit's right there, dude. Okay. No. Here, let's do this. Chat. Nope, boring. Spreading gospel, boring. Promo. Let's do that. Okay, cool. So. Still gotta win the general election. Alright. So. The second gentleman. Ooh, I like that. Alright. Second gentleman of the United States. He is married to Kamala Harris, the 49th Vice President of the United States. As the husband of Vice President Emhoff, is the second gentleman in the in the American federal history. Oh, he is the second gentleman. I see. Okay, sorry. Math is mathing now. Did you see Mark Hamill asked about Kamala? No. Okay, hold on. I gotta get through a paragraph at least, okay? But DM it to me or I'll find it. He was obviously being sarcastic, but they really took it as an endorsement. Oh, of course they did. Oh shit, hold on. I gotta put my fucking keyboard on here. Or I can Google it in a second. Just let me get through a paragraph, okay? Oh, that feels so much better. Sorry, dude has like all these fucking like things that I could use and I'm learning. I'm trying to figure it out here. We're figuring it out. One struggle bus at a time. Okay. Ooh, I can make the text bigger. Ooh, pretty. Also, let me know if the music's too loud. I know I've kind of, but actually, you know what? We'll make them a little bit bigger. I don't know anything about politics. As I said, my disclaimer is I have no hate in my heart. I don't care either way. I just find this fun and interesting. So we're gonna do that, okay? Cool. We look amazing, you guys. Everybody give me a round of applause, because honestly, I'm so proud of me. Why can't you see Mike, though? Hold on. One last little scoop-a-doo. There we go. Perfect. Honestly, could we get more perfect than we are right now, you guys? Okay. So, Doug Emhoff. We are Wikipediaing it, okay? What is talk? Okay. Mark Hamill is a huge lib. Listen, do you guys know about the fake Mark Hamill? Now we have to do it. Google Mark Hamill pedo. Mark Hamill, the flavor of pedo. What the fuck? Why can't I find it? The pedophile. Oh, Fluke Skywalker. Here we go. Here you go. I got you guys. He's legitimately supportive of Kamala LMAO. What's the cope? Okay. Okay, Cincinnati area impersonator known as Fluke Skywalker facing child pornography charges. Let's go. All right.
Relevant story we broke earlier tonight. A man with a history of working closely with children in need busted now for possession of child porn. Thanks for joining us here at 11. I'm Mike Dardis.
Good evening to you. I'm Cherie Palello. We have done multiple stories about his charitable work with organizations like the Ronald McDonald House. WLWT News 5's Chris Jacobs joins us live tonight from the Hamilton County Jail. And Chris, you talked with a mother who met this man in the past.
Yeah, Cherie, friendly and welcoming. That's how Leah Kerner is describing John Stevens, a man better known in the community as Fluke Skywalker, an impersonator of the popular Star Wars character. But tonight, he finds himself behind bars. Now, Stevens is charged with 8 counts of pandering sexually oriented material involving a minor. Court documents describe explicit videos and photos of child porn found on Stevens' cell phone where little girls are being sexually abused. Shocked by these allegations.
Honestly, when I first saw it, I gasped.
Okay, we get the point. Okay. Do they have any? Okay. Fluke Skywalker. Ask me about politics, I know nothing, okay? But if you ask me about random true crime stories, I got you, bro. I have to be triggered, though. Mark Hamill weighs in on Luke Skywalker impersonator after video goes viral. Mark Hamill weighed on Twitter after clip of Luke Skywalker impersonator was so convincing it went viral. The video circulating on social media. Cosplayer Fluke Skywalker chatting with a Star Wars fan in American Sign Language. The heart-winning video shows Luke Skywalker signing, "Hello, my name is Luke. What's your name?" The pair had encountered a hug. Shared to Reddit's Star Wars page. What didn't even go anywhere. Rude. I'm Fluke Skywalker. Bro, is it still here? Oh, here we go. Bro, that's fucking cool. That is actually kind of cool. Bro, he had a whole Reddit page? Bro. Bro, that's crazy. Anyways. Rabbit hole time, right? Every time. I always end up on a rabbit hole. Okay, we'll get through a paragraph. We have to get through another paragraph. Hamilton County. The dark side is strong without it. Bro. Here, I'll put this Newsweek article in the chat, and then if you guys want to continue on the deep dive, you are welcome to do it, okay? Okay, let's keep going. Doug Emhoff, okay? He's Mr. What does he call it? As president, he is the second gentleman of American federal history, okay? His political party espouses were Kirsten Mackin? What is she? Of production company Pretty Bird. Interesting. Awards are news and documentary. Won a news and documentary Emmy Award in 2012 as the CEO of Ventureland. Emhoff is executive produced documentary including The Deepest Breath. What's that about? Documentary directed by Laura McGann that profiles Italian freediver Alicia Zecchini on her quest to break a world record with the help of safety diver Stephen Keenan and her competition against Japanese freediver Hanako Hirose. Bobby Wine, the People's President, was about a 2012 Ugandan British-American documentary film. That was a lot of things. Written and directed by Christopher Sharp and Moses Bwayo. It chronicles the presidential campaign of popular Ugandan singer Bobby Wine. These all sound interesting. If Walls Could Sing, British documentary film directed by Mary McCartney, and her feature documentary debut about her history of Abbey Road Studios in London, and the experience and memories of the musician who played there, produced by John Batsick. She has a lot of things. And AKA Jane Roe. Also known as the pseudonym Jane Roe, was plaintiff in the landmark legal case Roe versus Wade, and the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in 1973. that individual state laws banning abortion were unconstitutional.
Yeah.
Interesting. She seems like a very well-rounded woman. Sorry. Keep hiccuping and shit. Okay, I can see now. There we go. Oh, I'm not reading all that. You get the point. Production company Pretty Bird is interesting. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So that's his ex. 2 children, including Ella. Interesting. Okay. Residence is #1 observatory circle, often referred to as the Naval Observatory, is the official residence of Vice President of the United States. Huh. Located in the northeast grounds of the U.S. Naval Observatory in Washington, D.C. Wait, can you see it? Can you see it above? Sorry, hold on. I can't see what the fuck I'm looking at. I'm just curious how big it is. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this. Huh. It's fucking huge, whatever it is. I'm assuming this is like the plot of land. I don't think there's anything else there. There's a house across the street that looks like it's about it. This is it. Because these are houses, right? These buildings. So this is probably their fucking plot of land. Or something like in there, right? That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. 1 observatory circle, northwest. Can you look it up on Google Maps? Probably not, right? So what, do they have like the vice president move into their own house? I don't know anything about this. We're learning. Okay. Can we like, how do you map it though? Oh, here we go. Oh wow, oh wow. Wait, what do you... So wait, that's the observatory. So where's the house at though? I'd imagine it's like across... Holy shit, you have to go in here? You can't go in. Interesting. Huh. Oh, so wait, if you go... Okay. I think we're figuring it out. Oh no, you have to go in there to get in there. Okay. Let's see if we can find it from like a distance. Can you kind of see like, yeah, the little white house? That's crazy, bro. Are these people just securing her? Oh, that's gotta be... So I wonder what it is. You know what this is? This looks like the building from NCIS. On God, though. Like, literally looks like it. Can you see it from here? Bro, those trees are huge, dude. You can't see shit. If that might be it, like from a fucking distance. Interesting. I'm not looking for any mischievous reasons. I literally just am curious. Thank you, America. Thank you for your service. Could you imagine? You couldn't like have friends over. Like, not that you would, you know? Like, he probably has like a second like location that they like exist in or something. So where's she live at? Like, this is literally the house. Or wait, no. Or did they just say it was the Naval Observatory? It's gonna be in here somewhere though, right? That's so weird. It's crazy though. It's crazy big. Okay. Anyways, back to what I was doing. I get distracted really easily. Big ass trees. Enough. He's not home yet. Enough. Okay. So, number one, crazy. So she has like naval security around her all the time. That's fucking insane, dude.
It's wonderful to join you at the White House's third virtual Passover celebration, otherwise known as the People's Seder. On the first night of Passover, my wife, Vice President Kamala Harris, and I hosted a Seder at our home. Reading the story of the Exodus serves as a reminder of the journey from oppression to freedom, a journey that is ongoing for so many. During the Seder, we say, "Let all who are hungry come and eat." This year's virtual Seder theme is food security. It's a topic that doesn't get nearly as much attention as it deserves. I've heard directly from families across the country about the impact that food insecurity has had on them, from cities to rural communities across so many states. I still remember those long lines outside of food banks during the height of the COVID pandemic. I remember speaking with parents who were worried about finding the next meal for their family. And since the height of the pandemic, our nation has come so far. President Biden, Vice President Harris, and Secretary of Agriculture Tom Vilsack are pioneering solutions to combat hunger and food insecurity. Our administration is committed to ending hunger by 2030, and we're continuing to make progress towards meeting this goal. During Passover, we also recommit to combating anti-Semitism and hate. We all know we're seeing a rise in anti-Semitism across the nation and across the world. People are no longer saying the quiet parts out loud. They are literally screaming them. Combating this hate requires an all-of-society approach. We need to speak out and call out those who don't. We need to make sure that people feel safe in their homes, where they practice their faith, and in their communities. And we need to educate others to ensure that history does not repeat itself. We need to push back against Holocaust denial, distortion, and disinformation. During my recent trip to Poland and Germany, I met with community leaders, interfaith leaders, and government officials to increase and better coordinate our efforts to counter anti-Semitism and other forms of hate. Our administration will continue to condemn anti-Semitism at every turn. I'm proud to be Jewish, and I'm proud to be openly living as a Jew. We will not live in fear, and we refuse to be afraid. So thank you to everyone who has joined us today, and to the advocates on this call for all your work on these critical issues. It's going to take all of us working together to end hunger and end hate. Passover reminds us that even in our most challenging moments, there is hope for renewal and liberation. Wishing you all a happy Passover and Hag Sameach.
Hag Sameach! Anyway, sorry, that was funny. I felt better about that. I feel better about my life now, you know? Okay, so education. Douglas Craig Emhoff was born October 13th, 1964 in Brooklyn borough of New York City. The son of Jewish parents Barbara Niekanzer and Michael Emhoff. His ancestors moved to the United States from Gorlice, Poland, circa 1899 due to persecution. 4 and 5. Let's see what we got here. Hold on, let me make sure I close out some of this, because we don't need all these. So I can stay on track, okay? Shares personal story at Hmong Festival and... Oh god. Wait, where was it at? Okay, so that didn't give me any answers. Archived. The latest, I don't care. Shut up. Covering President Harris for betrayal. Democrats okay, I don't know what that means. So it didn't tell me anything I needed to know. What is 5? Opening Open new tab. Times of Israel. Ooh, interesting. Doug Emhoff's trip to Poland and Germany brings him back to Jewish ancestral roots. U.S. second gentleman describes meeting Holocaust survivors who recently fled war in Ukraine as emotional and intense, and recalls his grandparents' flight to America's safety. Interesting. He at least dresses well. He looks snazzy. I don't want to read all that right now. That's too much for me. I'm not gonna read it. Wait, which one was the part? See here, circle often saves to save all because you give babies. What does it say? Okay. We'll start with the first few ones. U.S. second gentleman Doug. Oh, here, wait, hold on. We gotta turn it back on. Hell yeah. For U.S. second gentleman Doug Emhoff, the final hours of a 5-day working trip to Poland and Germany brought everything into focus. It was here in the Underground Information Center, Germany's Central Holocaust Memorial, that Emhoff sat down with several survivors, including 2 who had recently fled the war-torn Ukraine. Sitting in a small circle, they shared stories. One of them was saved in the Holocaust as a young baby, settled in Ukraine, and then just had to flee again. And she was taken in by Germany. Emhoff said the remarks immediately following the meeting. It was a real emotional and intense way to finish the trip. The journey, which undertook Deborah Lipstadt and the U.S. Special Envoy to monitor combat anti-Semitism, including visits to Krakow, Poland, to the nearby Memorial Museum at Auschwitz-Birkenau, and the Polish village of Emhoff's ancestor Gorlice. It was all intended to feed into the design of National Action Plan Against Anti-Semitism that Emhoff is working on with Lipstadt and others. The second gentleman has made combating Jew hatred his main focus since entering the White House, touring college campuses to talk on the subject, leading events to the Jewish organizations. When did the Palestine Jew-Israel? Doesn't feel like it was that long ago. I know it was like at least in the last year. Like a 2024 thing, right? Conflict summary. There we go. Shut up. Enough. The conflict began 2023. See Israel-Hamas war. See Hamas led an attack on Israel. Therefore, Israeli invasion. Specifically, see Israel invasion of Gaza Strip. For other uses, see Gaza war. Unique citations. So see 2024. An armed conflict between Israel and Hamas-led Palestinian militant group has been taking place in the Gaza Strip and Israel since 7 October 2023. That sounds about right. Because that's when did Ethan Klein and what's the guy's name? Who's the guy that everybody hates? Who's the guy that just said Destiny owns you? Bro, why am I blinking on this dude? Chat, help me, chat, help me, chat, hello, chat, is there anybody in chat? Oh, Hailann. So funny, way funnier if I put it that way. Leftovers podcast. Political podcast, culture, dude, this picture sucks. October 12th, 2023. War broke up Hailann and Masamabi, bro. Imagine. It's crazy. That's how I know that's how I know the war. I know the war started because of the Ethan Klein and Hassan breakup, bro. It's so fucking funny, honestly. Okay, let's keep going. Okay. Emhoff here, wait, hold on. Let me close all this. Enough! Look at me. I said enough. No more, please. Chill. Chill the fuck out. Down. Relax. Okay. Ooh, his signature is kind of wacky. Okay, early life education. This is where we were at, and then I barely made it this far. Okay, he has a brother, Andy, and a sister, Jamie, from 1969 to 1981. He grew up in Matawan, an old Bridge Township. Where the fuck is that? New Jersey, and attended Cedar Ridge High School. His family were congregant. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. How do I close this? Hello. My bad. I mean to do that. Congregant, like they went to the chapel. Is that what that word means? Hold on real quick before I keep doing all this shit. Okay, it's just my one email. Okay, cool. Just making sure we're good here. Enough. Congregant is a member of congregation, especially church or synagogue. Interesting. Of Temple Shalom, a Reform synagogue in Aberdeen Township. Ooh, I know that. Why do I know that name? Aberdeen. Sounds like it's supposed to be in like a thing. Oh, hold on. Let me turn this down again. Where Emhoff had his bar mitzvah in 1977. Chill out, buddy. Next summer, 1978, Emhoff attended Camp Cedar Lake in Milford, Pennsylvania, where he's voted most athletic of his division at age 13. When he was 17, he moved in with his family to Southern California, where he graduated Agora High School. Where's Agora at? Agora Hills? Yeah, that's like rich people shit, right? Pretty sure Agora Hills is like very richy. He earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in communication study from California State Northridge in 1987. Neighborhood of Los Angeles. Interesting. In 1987, and as a juris doctor, is a doctor of jurisprudence or doctor of law. You sound like you're a lawyer, essentially, is what I'm gathering. Oh shit! What did I just even fall off of? I have to go to the bathroom really bad, but we're gonna keep doing this. In 1990, bro, that's so much. Well, let's see. The next one right here is 13. When he was 17. So wait, what's 4 plus 8? 1978 is 82. And he finished college in 87, so 5 years, and then another 4 years. No, 5 and 3 years, so 8 years in school. That's actually not too bad. He actually kind of pumped it out. Good for him. Emhoff is career. Sorry. Emhoff is an entertaining litigator and began his career at Pillsbury Winthrops. It's a full-service law firm, particular focus on energy, financial services, real estate, technology, and industries, based on the world's major financial technology and energy centers. Interesting. firm in the litigation group. He moved to Bellin Rawlings and Badel, a boutique firm. What's that fucking even mean? In the late 1990s, he opened his own firm, Ben Whittle. Oh, sorry. He opened. Jeez, I cannot speak. He opened his own firm with Ben Whittle in 2000. Which was acquired by Venable LLP in 2006, so 2006. Jesus. His clients included Walmart and Merrick. What the fuck is Merrick? Merrick & Co. is a, multinational pharmaceutical company headquartered in Rahway, New Jersey, and named Merrick Group, founded Germany in 1668, which was once the American arm. What's it say? The company does business as Merrick Sharp or MSD. What do they make though? The company develops medicine, vaccines, biologic therapies, and animal health products. In 2020, the company had 6 blockbuster drugs. The fuck does that even mean? A blockbuster drug generates more than $1 billion revenue. That's crazy, bro. Oh, interesting. Keytruda, a humanized antibody used in cancer immunotherapy that had a 14.3 revenue. Anti-diabetic medication, which was called sitagliptin. The brand name was Januvia. Used to treat type 2 diabetes. Gardasil, an HPV vaccine that has 3.9 billion in revenue. Jesus Christ. To be a scientist, you know what I mean? Varavax, a varicella vaccine, protect against chickenpox. And Bredon, I'm not good at this. Bredon, a neuromuscular blocking drug. And Pneumovax 23 and pneumococcal polyascaridine. Me and English not happening today. Vaccine, whatever the fuck that is. Oh, like pneumonia, maybe? Wait, come back. Pneumococcal disease. I don't know what the fuck that even is. What is pneumococcal? Killing of, oh, it's strep, for strep. Oh, Jesus Christ. I was getting lost there, bro. Okay, other products by the brand company include a antiretroviral, I can read that, medication used to treat HIV/AIDS that has 857 million in 2020 revenue. Zipopony, a human monoclonal antibody, helps white blood cells, used as an immunosuppressive drug, retrovirus, BCRA for ovarian cancer. Holy shit, dude. Major products. Oh, it tells me everything right here. Well, that's rude. I don't need to read all that, honestly, though. History, early history, philanthropy, lawsuits, and controversy. That's what we needed. Okay, wait, when did he cover them, though? Oh, wait, am I in a different window? I am in a different window. 2006. It was acquired by them in 2006. He opened it, and his clients included became managing directors in viable West Coast. Let me see. They started it in 20,000. Bro. Oh, here, I wanted to look at their lawsuits here. Well, it looks like they pulled things. 50,000 sued Merrick, claiming their family's members suffered medical problems such as heart attacks because of taking Vioxx. So it just seems like they did their job. Okay. Well, that's cool. Postmenopausal. Interesting. All interesting stuff. Emhoff joined DLA Piper as a partner in 2017. Working at Washington, D.C. and California offices. Following the announcement that his wife would be Joe Biden's running mate. Wait, how did we just jump? Like, he went to college, started being a lawyer, and also his wife became vice president. So you know what I mean? No. Bro, look at this shit though. That's crazy. Conflict of interest of what? Okay, let me read it all the way through. Emhoff joined DLA Piper as a partner. Okay, what do they do? Wait, what? Law offices in 40 countries across America, Asia Pacific, Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. I guess you have to recuse yourself as a lawyer if you're gonna do things that's like conflict of interest. So can you ever serve as a lawyer ever again? Like, how does that work? Huh. Crazy. Conflict of interest concerns. Interesting. Following the announcement his wife would be Joe Biden's running mate in 2020 United States presidential election, Emhoff took a leave of absence from the firm. He's probably like, bro, I get to retire. Ooh, give me that paycheck, bitch. Oh, God. Okay. The campaign announced Emhoff would permanently leave DLA Piper before Inauguration Day. Bro, he got there 3 years. Imagine, bro. DLA Piper before Inauguration Day to avoid conflict of interest concerns. In December 2020, Georgetown University Law Center announced that Emhoff would join the school's facility as distinguished advisor and as its distinguished fellow of the school's Institute for Technology, Law, and Policy. What does that even fucking mean? Wait, why is this not popping open? Oh, here we go. What the fuck? Oh, fuck me, dude. That's not what I meant to do. Kamala Harris's husband named to facility. Oh, faculty. I'm fucking retarded. Sorry, don't mind me. I can't read. I don't know if you guys didn't know that. Can I have this, please? Oh my god, that's so AIDS, dude. How do I get this so I can see it? Oh my god. Can I do this? Can I do this? Can I... What? Oh. Well, fuck you, dude. Oh, you know what I'll do? Here. I got this. I think I got this. Fucking hell, dude. You fucking cunthole. Okay. The husband of Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, Douglas Emhoff, will join the faculty of the Georgetown University Law School next year. Emhoff will be a distinguished visitor from practice focusing on media and entertainment law. Interesting. Which he practiced for nearly 3 decades as a partner of DLA Piper. Oh, as a partner at DLA Piper. He will also serve as a distinguished fellow of the school's Institute for Technology, Law, and Policy. Okay, y'all. Listen. I have to pee really bad. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna look up what's his name? What's his name? Douglas Emhoff. Dude, imagine doing all that shit throughout your life and then being subjugated to being like, you know, just the husband, bro. What a fucking life. What else we got? Let's do something else. Okay. Let's do this.
Ella,
I'll be right back.
what do you think about your dad these days?
You know, I think he's a very empowering person, and I think we're really gonna see that with his speech, which I feel like I'm gonna cry. I just have a little feeling.
Is it as weird to you as it is to me, turning the news on and seeing his goofy face on live television?
I don't think that'll ever be normal, you know? I think it's one of those things that even like seeing Kamala on TV, it's like, they're my parents. They're just Doug and Kamala. Oh, Mr. USA.
Doug in the flesh. Dad in the flesh.
Dad.
What are y'all doing?
Dad, how are you feeling about your speech today?
I'm feeling great, but I gotta deliver.
I mean, you're kind of a natural at it, though.
Really?
Yes.
So
I've worked really hard on this. It's a lot of practice. So the words are good. I just need to deliver them, to do it justice for her and for our family.
You're gonna kill it.
I just want to make sure that it reflects how we all feel about her and what she's doing for all of us.
Yeah.
And that right now, she needs me to help her win the selection. We all need her to do that.
I think
That's
she can
why
do
we
it.
gotta vote. But we're very proud of you, Doug. We love you. Best dad in the whole world.
You should put that on a mug.
Yeah.
I'm here. Hello, hi. I made it. Oh my god, I didn't even. By the way, I love my like mix of like what's recommended to me. See, I watch a lot of Charlie XCX videos. I love that bitch. She's so fucking funny, dude. I love a funny bitch. Hold on, 1 second. I want grapes. My dog's looking at me like, what bitch? I don't get any bitch. No, you'll die. You'll die, bro. Okay, we're here. I got my grapes. Being able to have fruit, like not that I could have fruit before, but like, I don't know, the buggies and shit in the room. Too much. Anyway. God damn it. I just had a grape roll under the table. That'll be fun to find this weekend. Okay, so what is President Sunday recommended? Ha, gay. Wait, which part's gay? Oh, Charlie XCX, asshole. Okay, so what else we got? You know what I did find this morning though? Fine. What the fuck? This one. Coconut, 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 coconut.
Everything is in context. My mother used to, she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, "You think you just fell out of a coconut?" My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut. You exist in the coconut in which you live and became. You think you just fell out of a coconut? My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut. You exist in the coconut in which you live and became.
Bro, so funny. I did listen to this one too.
Bing bing bam dum dum bum bam bam bum ba-dum bum bum ba bum bum bum. What's going on?
365 party girl.
365 party girl coconut. Oh, bumping that. Nice coconut.
365 party girl. Okay. Here we go. When I'm in the club, yeah, when I'm at the house, yeah,
Why does it go so good? It goes so good. Fuck all y'all, bro. All y'all are haters.
365 party girl. French manicure, like with the residue. Push my head back, grip hot when I'm. No, I really don't stop when I'm. Gonna dump on the drops when I'm.
They're Jewish kids. They gotta fake it till they make it, bro. Why is that so funny? She always seems drunk. Your mom seems drunk. Okay. Okay, here we go. So we did that. Okay, so hold on. Let me pull these grapes out so I can eat them and without you guys hearing the rustling every 5 seconds, because that would drive me fucking bad shit. Okay, let's go back. Oh yeah, all my links are pinned in the chat. I do need to get a monitor for this fucking computer because I'm using a TV, I think. I don't know. It's not mine. So, links down below. All that good stuff. I left everything back in Cali as far as my setup goes, other than my laptop and my computer tower, because I figured I'd just buy a new one. Okay. So viable and he became managing director of Venables West Coast offices. Interesting. Emhoff joined DLA Piper as a partner in 2017, working in Washington D.C. and California offices. Following the announcement, Joe Biden, 2020, Georgetown University. Where's that at? A private research university in Washington, D.C. Is it like a... Oh, wait. It's a university law center? It's not like an actual college? Interesting. Oh, it is a campus. Georgetown University is a campus. So it's a funnel to the political system is what I'm gathering. Okay. Interesting. Their examination passage rate for the law school first-time examiners is 90.51. That's crazy, bro. Wow. Wow, that's crazy, honestly. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So, second gentleman of the United States. He's like overqualified to be like the second gentleman, actually, in my opinion. In August 2020, Harris was announced as Biden's running mate in the presidential election, making Emhoff the third man in history to be the spouse of vice presidential candidate of major party. Making Emhoff the third man in the U.S. history to be the spouse of vice president. Who was the first two? Oh, it says right there. After major party John Zakoro? Who the fuck is that? Oh, a former U.S. House Representative. Wait, who's their part? Oh, they're dead. Word. And Todd Palin, who was the first gentleman of Alaska. Former husband of Sarah Palin. Bro, what happened to Sarah Palin? That bitch rocks, bro. That bitch, if she ever wanted to get into porn, she would have made so much money. For real? On the real, though? Have you seen? Bro, literally the coolest. Oh my god, my fucking. Did I have my legs too wide or something? Dude, there's this party, this picture. Dude, look at her in those fish, in those fucking. Look at that shit, bro. She ready. She ready, bro. Dude, so fucking funny. Partying as Sarah Palin is so hard. She's like not a Karen type, you know what I mean? She's Bernice. She's more of a Bernice, if you know what I mean. Bro, that's sad. Rest in peace, dude. I wish I had the picture. It was somewhere. I probably have it on my Twitter somewhere, but it went hard. She was in this really cute outfit. I can't find it. Oh, such age, dude. Oh well. Point is, you go hard, Sarah Palin. You go hard. Okay, Emhoff said that he filmed viral "We Did It, Joe" video in what? Oh god. I know what a viral video is, retard. Here we go. Jesus Christ.
We did it, Joe. You're gonna be the next president of the United States. We did it, Joe.
Oh,
You're gonna be the next president President of the United States.
That's crazy, bro. Wait, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. What with that? Okay. When Harris assumed office, Emhoff became the first second gentleman of the United States. He is also the first Jewish spouse of a U.S. vice president. Crazy. Emhoff was popularly labeled a wife guy. A slang term referred to a man whose fame is owed to his wife. Or content posted about his wife, or one who is exceptionally supportive of his wife. In 2020, Emhoff called himself a wife guy on Twitter. Bro, that's because he worked in entertainment and technology law, bro. He knows everything. He knows what he knows you need to know that he knows that you don't think he knows what you know. You ever think about that? That's crazy. Honestly. In his role as second gentleman, Emhoff plans to In his role as second gentleman, Emhoff plans to focus on equal access to justice and legal representation. Really? Actually, really? Actually, really? Was this a video?
We are going to turn to our GMA cover story at last night's vice presidential debate. Mike Pence's wife, Karen Pence, and Kamala Harris's husband, Doug Emhoff, were both showing their support, of course. Rachel Scott is in Salt Lake City with more on the second lady and the man who could be the country's first ever second gentleman. Good morning, Rachel.
Michael, good morning. This is a family affair. Whether it's by their side on debate night or out on the campaign trail, these two have become their spouses' top surrogates. Doug Emhoff and Karen Pence embracing their spouses at the end of Wednesday's vice presidential debate. The two may be on opposing sides, but sharing a common goal to help their other halves win the election. And they're hitting the trail hard. Karen Pence has been by her husband's side through runs for Congress and governor of Indiana. The mother of three spent 25 years as an elementary school teacher, an award-winning watercolor artist. She advocates for mental health art therapy and relief for military families. Her son Michael is a Marine pilot and son-in-law in the Navy.
It is imperative that we support our military spouses.
Over the past year, Karen Pence has been wading further into one of the most contentious campaign seasons in modern history, unveiling a new Twitter account with a direct-to-camera appeal to voters.
Now is not the time to stop the momentum. We are just getting started.
Trading in her business casual look for sleek pantsuits and streamlined skirts. She was center stage at this year's Republican National Convention.
100 years ago, women secured the right to vote. So let's vote, America.
She's going to fight for you. And she's going to fight for you day in and day out.
And while his wife's candidacy has already made history, Doug Emhoff could be making a little history himself as the first second gentleman. Telling Marie Claire in a recent profile, there's a former role of the VP spouse. I think that's all working, and that's not something I'd be trying to upend. As far as using the platform this position would afford him, he envisions approaching it like I do anything, and plans to talk about fairness and talk about justice and talk about equality. Just try to lead by example. Referring to himself as her hubby in his Twitter bio, Emhoff has emerged as the ultimate Harris hype man. Taking a leave of absence from his law firm, his days are devoted to making sure the Biden-Harris ticket goes all the way to the White House. Recently campaigning in key swing states like Florida, Ohio, and Texas.
We want to show this country and we want to show the world enough is enough.
And their spouses and the candidates are wasting no time getting back out on the campaign trail. Both will be heading out west today. Second Lady Karen Pence joining her husband, the vice president, visiting Arizona as Doug Emhoff hits the key state of Nevada. Robin?
Hey, thank you for that insight, Rachel. Really do appreciate that.
We got 76.
That's fucked up. I can't believe you made me look at that. Pez's God, that's fucked up. That's some fucked up shit, bro. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, I'm gonna turn this back down because it is way too loud in my head. Okay, so his role as second gentleman on equal focus representation in March 2021, while second gentleman Emhoff began teaching a course called Entertainment Law Disputes. See, senor. See, senor. Sí, senor. Sí, senor. Sí, senor. Sí, senor. Sí, senor. Sí, senor. All right, let's keep going. He said respected educators at Georgetown University Law Center. He said that he respected educators as he learned that teaching is really hard. Oh wow, crazy. I know, it's like, wow. Oh my god. Junior quarter, he said I respect a lot of teaching is really hard. He said so much respect for that, for the teachers out there doing this each and every day. Wow. So real for that. Emhoff has led the U.S. delegations on several diplomatic events, including an opening ceremony of 2020 Summer Paralympics in Tokyo. And the inaugurations of South Korea President Yoon Suk Yeol and Philippine President Bongbong Marcos in July 2022. He traveled to Eugene, Oregon, to participate in the opening ceremonies of the 2022 World Athletics Championship. World Athletics Championship? What is that? The 18th edition of the World Athletics Championship. It was held at is a country held the competition for the first time. What is the competition though? Just for stuff? Emhoff was part of the American legation to the 2024 Summer Olympics, attending several competitions and closing ceremonies. Fascinating. Thank you for supporting us in Paris when the rest of us couldn't. There, Mr. Gentleman Dude. In June 2023, Emhoff engaged with the Emhoff engaged in the Congressional Dads Caucus in the roundtable on Capitol Hill. Sorry, I'm like hiccuping and burping. It's really annoying. Do you know it? Administration family support programs. The discussion stressed the significance of universal family leave, encouraged its utilization. The roundtable agenda focused on federal strategies to encourage co-parenting, promote paid family and medical leave policies, expand the child tax credit, and improve access to affordable child care. Co-parenting, encourage co-parenting, promote paid family and medical leave policies. Interesting. Combating anti-Semitism. As the first Jewish spouse of a president or vice president, Emhoff emerged as one of the Biden administration's most prominent faces in the fight against anti-Semitism. After a November 2022 meeting between former President Donald Trump, Kanye West, and Nick Fuentes, what? Bro, what? Hold on. Pop culture history. As the first Jewish spouse of President, Vice President, Oh, I can't read this. As the first Jewish spouse of a president or vice president, Emhoff emerged as one of the Biden's administration's most prominent faces in the fight against anti-Semitism. Holy shit, that's a mouthful. After a November 2022 meeting between former President Donald Trump and Kanye West and Nick Fuentes, the White House announced that Emhoff would take a lead at roundtable on anti-Semitism on December 7th. That's crazy, dude. Well, then I gotta put that on Twitter. Give me a second. That's actually nuts. That's like, dude, Nick Fuentes had such a fucking impact that he had to like pull out his I'm a Jew card and we gotta talk about this shit in a roundtable. That's crazy, actually. That's crazy, actually. Okay, it is now on my Twitter. Okay. On International Holocaust Remembrance Day in January 2023, Emhoff visited Auschwitz concentration camp in Poland alongside Holocaust survivors. His visit intended to pay tribute to the victims of the Holocaust and honor those who have survived it. During his time at Auschwitz, Emhoff laid a wreath at the camp's wall of death, where thousands of prisoners were executed, and participated in a memorial service with the survivors in attendance. Harris was not present. Emhoff was part of a White House team that launched a U.S. national strategy to counter anti-Semitism. The country's first combating anti-Semitism strategy on May 25th, 2023, in the context of reactions to the Israel-Hamas war. Emhoff expressed concern about anti-Semitism in schools and on college campuses. He highlighted the conflation of Jewish identity with the actions of the Israeli government that has led to increased hostility and threats against Jewish people. He said that when Jews are targeted because of their beliefs or identity, and when Israel is singled out because of anti-Jew hatred, that's anti-Semitism, and it must be condemned. Real. Speaking about pro-Palestinian protests on university campuses, Emhoff supported the right to protest, but said that, quote, calls for genocide, quote, and the murder of Jews are, quote, completely unacceptable and must be stopped, end quote. It's actually pretty real. That's pretty real. That's pretty real of him to say. That's pretty intense, bro. That's pretty intense, bro. Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to do that. Emhoff to meet with Jewish college students at the White House. What? Okay, sorry, I just sneezed. Okay. The meeting is meant to mark Holocaust Remembrance Day, but it also addressed the wave of campus protests. Kanye brought Fuentes with him. Yeah, no, I know. Okay, this is what I'm reading. I don't know how real any of this is, but I'm reading it. Okay. Bro, Emhoff looks stony baloney here. Doug Emhoff is one of the most prominent Jews in the country. That's what I said! I said he's like the Jew of the US. He's like the guy. He's like the guy. Like, for real. Okay, sorry. Anyways. Doug Emhoff is one of the most prominent Jews in the country and served as the de facto leader for Biden administration. Doug Emhoff is one of the prominent Jews in the country and has served as the de facto leader for the Biden administration on combating the rise of anti-Semitism across the country. What is this image from? He looks like he's been crying. It's kind of sad. Okay, second gentleman M. Hoff on Monday will host a half dozen. Wait, when was this from? May 6th, 2024. What is it now? August 22nd. Okay. Second gentleman Doug Emhoff on Monday will host half a dozen Jewish students from colleagues from colleges, blah, 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 around the country amid a wave of pro-Palestinian campus protests criticized for featuring anti-Semitic behavior. The event will take place at the White House, will formally mark Holocaust Remembrance Day with the attendees having grandparents who survived the Holocaust. But it's also geared towards current events. A White House official said that it will address the rising anti-Semitism in the country, including recent events on college campuses. The official who spoke about internal planning on condition of anonymity and said the event was put together at Emhoff's direction. Oh, that's kind of cool. Good for him for being proactive. On Yom Shoah. Oh god, I can't read. Okay, I'm so sorry. I butchered the fuck out of that, Jewish people. On Yom HaShoah, I'm assuming that's how you say it. We honor the lives of 6 million Jews who were murdered in the Holocaust. The second gentleman said in the statement to Politico, at a time when anti-Semitism is surging, including threats of violence against Jews, we are reminded that we must never allow history to repeat itself. We must continue to fight anti-Semitism and hate and educate others on the horrors of the past. The event is another illustration of the administration's effort to more forcibly insert itself into a campus protest storyline that it has, for the most part. Wait, what? The event is another illustration of the administration's effort to more forcefully insert itself into campus protest storyline that it has, for the most part, kept its distance from. Oh, okay, I see what it's saying. It also underscores the central role that Emhoff is now playing in crafting the White House response. Interesting. Emhoff is the only of 4 principals at the White House who is known to have called students who felt targeted or threatened by demonstrations. In all, he has made 2 rounds of calls in recent weeks with Jewish students and Jewish community leaders, including Columbia University. Monday's event will be the first administration has held involving students since pro-Palestinian encampments began popping up at colleges weeks ago. And with demonstrators demanding, among other things, that their universities divest from Israel. Damn, that's kind of crazy. The half dozen college students attending hail from Lehigh University, Bryn Mawr College, God, why are all these names stupid? Washington University in St. Louis, University of Southern California, the United States Military Academy at West Point, and Muhlenberg College. The White House official said that in addition to meeting students, Emhoff will also be meeting with Holocaust survivors, including Tova Friedman, an 86-year-old survivor of Auschwitz concentration camp. How is there anybody still alive from that thing? That's crazy to me, dude. What's going on with my phone? Sorry, hold on. Oh, nothing important. Okay. The White House has criticized protests that have crossed the line into intimidation, but until recently, it was aides, not the president, who were issuing the condemnations President Joe Biden had not commented in any extensive way on the matter until last Thursday. When he criticized those protests that had turned violent. Oh my God, okay. What's the rest say?
Violent protest is not protected. Peaceful protest is. It's against...
Okay, hold on. Well, it does this real quick. And I might have it read the rest for you. I just have to go get a hoodie.
It's the law when violence occurs. Destroying property is not a peaceful protest. It's against the law. Vandalism, trespassing, breaking windows, shutting down campuses, forcing the cancellation of classes and graduations. Non-violent protest is not protected. Peaceful protest is. It's against the law when violence occurs. Destroying property is not a peaceful protest. It's against the law. Vandalism, trespassing, breaking windows, shutting down campuses, forcing the cancellation of classes and graduations. None of this is a peaceful protest. There should be no place on any campus, no place in America for anti-Semitism or threats of violence against Jewish students. There is no place for hate speech or violence of any kind, whether it's anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, or discrimination against Arab Americans or Palestinian Americans. It's simply wrong. There's no place for racism in America. It's all wrong. It's un-American. I understand people have strong feelings and deep convictions. In America, we respect the right and protect the right for them to express that. But it doesn't mean anything goes. It needs to be done without violence, without destruction, without hate, and within the law.
Mr. President, have the protests forced you to reconsider any of the policies with regard to the region?
No. Thank you.
Mr. President, do you think the National Guard should intervene?
No.
Mr. President, do you agree?
No. No. Okay, here we go. Okay.
From your view on the Homeland Security
Sorry,
Committee.
Hold on. Whew, my bad. Okay, so let me turn this back down and then turn this back on. So we have a little bit of the vibing in the back. Actually, there we go. And turn down a little bit. Okay. There's a right to protest, but there's still no right. Sorry. There's a right to protest, but there is not a right to cause chaos. The president said destroying property is not a peaceful protest. It is against the law. Vandalism, trespassing, breaking windows, shutting down campuses, forcing the cancellation of classes and graduation. None of this is peaceful protest. So he said, stand back and stand down. Stand back and stand down. That's what the president said, bro. Okay, sorry. I'm here. I'm following. Hey, the after show. How are you doing, honey? We're learning about the first president husband thing of the United States. Well, possible first president, first husband, husband. You know I'm gay. The first gentleman dude. That guy is what we're learning about. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Your stream was awesome the other day, too. I don't know if you've left or whatever yet, but it went pretty well and I was pretty hyped about it. So, like, appreciate you always, honestly. Okay. Back to what I was doing. On Tuesday, Biden will deliver a speech on Capitol Hill, marking the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum Annual Day of Remembrance. Sorry, my ADHD, which I don't have, is like I saw shit rolling on the side, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this? Oh, fuck me, dude. Fuck me, dude. Living the dream. Oh, that guy. Hell yeah, living the dream every day. Got to, bro. You know, I used to work in an adult store, and every time people would be like, oh, how's your day going? I'd be like, living the dream, man, and people would just fucking laugh. But for real, on the real, I was living the dream. I was literally living like my best life working there, to be completely honest. Okay, back to what I was doing. White House President sent. Oh, wait, hold on. Days of Remembrance. I don't know. First of all, real quick, I know nothing about politics. I don't care. I just know this guy is like the Jew of the U.S. And I thought the irony of a bunch of people who are like pro-Palestine, who are like, oh, vote for Kamala or whatever, just like randomly out of nowhere. Apparently we're just all supposed to be okay with that, right? Again, I don't have a side. I don't care. Do whatever. I started with the irony of people saying that and saying that two things together was really confusing for my head. Obviously, we're talking about like internet people, not like real life, because a lot of like real life people aren't like fucking insane and delusional. I mean, some of them are, but not most. So I decided to start looking into it. But come to find out, this guy is very, very pro anti-Semitism. Yeah, pro anti-Semitism. Yeah, I said that right. Yes. And he's like pretty much like backed up the fucking president, being like, hey, what they're doing with the Jews, not cool. We need to like put the brakes on and stop that shit. What did you say? Mad Mech said, my stance is that anyone who wants the election to be engaged in mutual combat, only the strong lead. Treat it like old days? Yeah, bro, I don't fucking know. Bro, this is like the Jew of the Jew. I'm just saying. Like, he literally... Dude, this guy literally... Hold on, I have the tweet. Let me pull up my tweet. I don't know if you came because of my tweet. Okay? I don't know if you came because of my tweet. But... this shit right here, this thing says, combating anti-Semitism. As the first Jewish spouse of, I'm not reading all that shit again, but he said after November 2022 meeting between former President Donald Trump, Kanye West, Nick Fuentes, and the White House announced that Emhoff would lead a roundtable on anti-Semitism, bro. Where's the picture? Somebody find me the picture of I need a picture of Kanye with the net and the Yahoo. That's my favorite fucking photo ever, bro. That shit's like one of my favorite things on the world. It's so fucking funny. Okay. Capitol Hill, DeVoe speech, Days of Remembrance. We'll discuss the moral duty to combat the rising scourge of anti-Semitism. The White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre told reporters last week, Emhoff is one of the most prominent Jews in the country. True! And has served as the de facto leader for the Biden administration on combating the rise of anti-Semitism across the country. For months, he aids and reporters he's concerned... Oh, For months, he's told aides and reporters that he's concerned about the tinderbox of college campuses. Oh, tinderbox on college campuses. And in November, he told Politico that was happening on campuses was already a crisis of anti-Semitism. It's kind of real. There seems like a conflation of not being able to separate the actions from the Israeli government and the Jewish people. Ooh, that's pretty fucking... Okay, and taking out feelings that they have about the actions of the Israeli government on all Jews, irrespective of how those Jews may also feel about the actions of the Israeli government. Bro, that's literally what fucking what's his name was saying. Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein was like on the same fucking if tipster is lost watching you lost to food shops. What are you even on about, Mex? But yeah, dude, that's literally what Ethan Klein was saying. Like, bro, like, I get it. Like, I don't like the Israeli government either. He literally, like, said the same shit. I swear to God, I fucking said that shit. I know a lot, but I don't know, like, that much. You feel me? Okay? In recent weeks, he's become even more outspoken. In a recent interview, NBC, Emhoff said that while the administration is supportive the right to protest, when it crosses into violence, when it crosses into calls for genocide, Jews to be murdered, that is completely unacceptable and must be stopped. Bro, he put the brakes on that shit so fast. So real, honestly. Back to Wikipedia. Personal life. Dude, we just got to personal life? Okay, I think we're coming to a close here. Personal life. Emhoff was married to film producer Kirsten Mackin from 1992 to 2008. They have 2 children together, Cole and Ella. God damn it. Although Emhoff and Mackin's divorce was amicable, and they have since referred to each other as friends, Emhoff has acknowledged that he had an extramarital affair with one of his children's teachers, and that the affair contributed to the breakup of his first marriage. Bro, what the fuck, dude? That's rough. With the teacher, bro? With the teacher, bro? You gotta fuck your kid's teacher. I mean, I got a thing for teachers, so I don't really have much to say here. What? In 2013, Emhoff was set up on a blind date when then Attorney General of California, Kamala Harris, they became engaged in March of 2014. Jeez, what a life. In 2013, Emhoff set up a blind date with then Attorney General of California, Kamala Harris. They became engaged in 2014, and they were married at the Santa Barbara County Courthouse, August of 2014. What the fuck? They just got married in a fucking courthouse? Harris's younger, like, you have all the money in the world. You're literally marrying, like, a lawyer that's a lawyer, and you want to get married in a courthouse? Alright. I guess, well, what does Santa Barbara County Courthouse look like? Okay, hold on. I might be saying some missteps here. Hold on, let's go here. Okay, never mind. I don't feel any type of way. This place is fucking gorgeous. Bro, look at this fucking courthouse. It's beautiful. Okay, this isn't like, you can get married here. Never mind. Kamala Harris wedding. Let's try that. She's pretty. Okay, it's kind of cute. Good for them. Ooh, Joe Biden's granddaughter? She's beautiful. Holy shit, look at that wedding. That is stunning. I love wedding dresses. I think they're so fucking pretty. Like, this is gorgeous. Good for her. Okay, back to what we were doing. Harris' younger sister Maya officiated their wedding as of August 2019. Oh, hi, holy cow fuckers. I want spaghetti, me too. As of 2019, Emhoff and Harris had an estimated net worth of $5.8 million. The couple temporarily resides at the Blair House. Oh, the couple temporarily resided at the Blair House. Sorry, what is that? President Guest House. Wait, what? What does that even mean? The world's most exclusive hotel because it primarily used as a state guest house to host visiting dignitaries and other guests of the president. Why'd they stay there? The couple temporarily resided. The official guest of house of the president, while the official resident of vice president. Oh, okay. I have to finish reading things. While the official guest house of the president, while the official residence of vice president, #1 observatory circle. I really want to see pictures of that. Okay, wait. Underwent maintenance and renovation at the beginning of Harris's term. They also maintain homes in San Francisco, Washington D.C., and at the Brentwood neighborhood of Los Angeles. Yeah, that's her kids. His kids have to be going to school in LA, I'd imagine. Unless they're too old to be going to school. Included large parts of what is now Pacific Palisades and a small portion of Bel Air. Okay, well, it's like literally for rich people. It's crazy. Crazy, dude. Really want to fuck with people? Make a Mexican president. They'll make recessions go away and free Modelo for everyone, dude. For fucking real. So I want to look more in this, #1 observatory circle. What is this? The U.S. Navy's chief of naval operations liked the house so much that in 1923 he took over the house from the observatory superintendent for himself and renamed it, and it remained the residence of CNO until 1974. When Congress determined that it would be easier and less expensive to provide security in a government-provided residence, and authorized the transformation of the first official residence of the vice president, a temporary one. It is still the, quote, official temporary resident of the vice president of the United States by law, 1974. The congressional authorization covered most of the refurbishment and furnishing the house. Although #1 observatory circle was made available to the vice president in 1974, more than 2 years passed before vice president lived full-time in the house. Vice President Gerald Ford became president before he could use the house. The vice president Nelson Rockefeller primarily used the home for official entertainment, as he already had a well-secured residence in Washington D.C. Though the Rockefellers donated millions of dollars worth of furnishing to the vice president, or to the house, Vice President Walter Mondale was the first vice president to move into the house. Every vice president has lived there since. The house at 1 Observatory Circle was designed by architect Leon blah 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 blah. For the use of Superintendent Naval Observatory was original resident. It was built on 13 acres. Jesus Christ. Of a land which originally been part of a 73-acre farm called Northview, which the Navy purchased in 1880. Northview has been property of widow Margaret Barber, who at the time of abolition of slavery in the district in 1862 was one of the largest slave owners. Based? Crazy. The Cyborg Messiah 2028, a spicy spaghetti monster from the moon For president 2032. Dude, I could be behind that. Okay. Crazy. I just want to see pictures of it because it looks pretty. Is there pictures inside of it? Baby, I'll Jersey. Baby, I'll Jersey. The Naval Observatory. I want to see pictures of it. Is there pictures of it? I want to see what it looks like. It's a beautiful home. It's a beautiful property. Holy shit. Inside. Ooh. Ooh. Love that. She's so cute. And a kitty. Dude, I love that they have office meeting phones inside the, like, library. That's crazy. That's beautiful. The blue and gold seats, dining chairs in the home of former Second Lady Marilyn Cale inspired fellow Hoyser Karen Penn's decorating scheme for the formal reception area of #1 Observatory Circle. Jesus Christ. The Pence family cat named Hazel in the dining room. It's so cute. Look at the little kitty. It's a beautiful painting. Watercolor, yeah, I was gonna say it looks like watercolor. That's crazy, dude. She's showing off the chair. It's beautiful. Presented to Vice President and Mrs. Cale. 92. That's so crazy. Ooh, the porch. The porch is beautiful too. I love this brick. The half basketball court was installed to have a level platform with the catering outdoor to help with catering outdoor events, but when it was done, Pence's wheeled on to it the portable basketball hoop that had been in the driveway. They also had a logo from the vice president's favorite sports movie of an underdog Indiana basketball team applied to it. Now is called the Hoyser Court. The logo is not permanent. George and Barbara Bush. So cool. Welcome to the Family Heritage Garden of Vice President and Dr. Jill Biden. Beautiful home. Holy shit. I love architecture. I'm such a nerd. What a cute little cat. Oh, that's crazy how it bevels like that. That's so cool. Those windows are beautiful. It's like literally in its own, like, probably like controlled temperature box inside the library. Napkins. The Pence kitty. does this say? This is a watercolor by Karen Pence, which means she's incredibly talented. The kitty is so pretty. Oh, Bob Biden? Oh, is that like their dad or something? The brother? I know nothings. You know spaghetti's never done me wrong, that's what's up. Bro, I've got some in the fridge, bro. I've got some ready for lunch, bro. Is it lunchtime? It's about lunchtime. I gotta pee again. Okay, let's do the Kamala coconut tree again. I really have to pee. I will be real fast though. Fuck, I can't be that quick. Okay, I'll do this one. Coconut, 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 coconut.
Everything is in context. My mother used to, she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, "You think you just fell out of a coconut?" My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and became. You think you just fell out of a coconut? My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and what came before you. Coconut, 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 coconut. Everything is in context. My mother used to, she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, "You think you just fell out of a coconut?" My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and became. You think you just fell out of a coconut? My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and what came before you. Coconut, 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 coconut. Everything is in context. My mother used to, she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, "You think you just fell out of a coconut?" My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and became. You think you just fell out of a coconut? My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and what came before you. Coconut, 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 coconut. Everything is in context. My mother used to, she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, "You think you just fell out of a coconut?" My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and became. You think you just fell out of a coconut? My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and what came before you. Coconut, 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 coconut. Everything is in context. My mother used to, she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, "You think you just fell out of a coconut?" My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and became. You think you just fell out of a coconut? My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and what came before you. Coconut, 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 coconut. Everything is in context. My mother used to, she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, "You think you just fell out of a coconut?" My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and became. You think you just fell out of a coconut? My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and what came before you. Coconut, 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 coconut. Everything is in context. My mother used to, she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, "You think you just fell Everything is in context. My mother used to, she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, "You think you just fell out of a coconut?" My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and became. You think you just fell out of a coconut? My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and what came before you. Coconut, 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 coconut. Everything is in context. My mother used to, she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, "You think you just fell out of a coconut?" My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and became. You think you just fell out of a coconut? My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and what came before you. Coconut, 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 coconut. Everything is in context. My mother used to, she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, "You think you just fell out of a coconut?" My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and became. You think you just fell out of a coconut? My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and what came before you. Coconut, 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 coconut. Everything is in context. My mother used to, she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, "You think you just fell out of a coconut?" My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and became. You think you just fell out of a coconut? My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and what came before you. Coconut, 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 coconut. Everything is in context. My mother used to, she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, "You think you just fell out of a coconut?" My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and became. You think you just fell out of a coconut? My mother used to give us a coconut. Everything is in context. Coconut, you exist in the coconut in which you live and what came.
I served up my spaghetti and then got on the floor. ASMR for the chat. ASMR for the chat. ASMR for the chat. I don't care if you don't like that because it's ASMR for the chat. Okay, what are we doing next, you guys? I feel like I have to continue down on the political lane. And I know jack shit about politics. Literal jack shit. I don't know anything about any of it. I'm literally the worst person to ask, you know what I mean? Okay. So proud of us, though. Should we continue down on the resources? I feel like it's just going to tell me more of what I already need to know. It's good to know he's very against the anti-Palestinian, bro. That shit's kind of, well, the anti-pro-Palestine genocidal remarks. That's a better way of putting it. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was a little too salty. A little too salty for me. But that's okay, I ate it anyways. Okay. I don't want to see any of this shit. This is kind of metal.
Wait a minute, sir. Just a few minutes ago, asking for your attention to a much bigger idea.
Thank you so much, sir, for your big idea. But we want to make sure that we are able to get through this. Okay, it's
Bro,
okay,
his
folks.
wife
It's okay.
stepped up so-
People
or her
have their
husband stepped
own
up
big
so fast.
ideas. They have their own big ideas.
Yeah.
But we also want to
It's
make sure
okay,
that we are
guys.
being respectful to our folks that have come here to speak to us.
You just gotta be
here's
respectful
what we're
to all
gonna
the
do.
folks that are
Here's what we're
coming
gonna
out here.
do. Yeah, we want that ass back. Yes, yes.
You okay, Mama? You're good.
I'm good.
We need a mic.
We need a microphone.
We need a mic.
I'm good. I'm good. It's all good.
All right.
Don't worry.
I'm so sorry about
no,
that.
no.
All right.
Give it up. Give it up for your senator from California.
You're good. Good.
Bruh. Kamala Harris, Douglas Emhoff did not take too kindly to an animal rights protester who stormed the stage and grabbed his wife's mic. Yeah, no, he kind of looked pissed. I'm not gonna lie. He looked kind of pissed. Is the Democratic convention still happening? Bro, I just don't care. No offense. I just don't care. Okay, here we go. Here, this is kind of cute. Let's see what this says. Oh, shit. Why didn't they let the man speak? Well, probably because he wasn't the one on stage. But it looks like they cut off his mic. Dude, why is it running low? I literally have it plugged in. Bro, if my shit gets cut short, I apologize. I don't know. I don't know why it's not charging. I wonder if it's... I think it's the right charger. We'll figure it out, okay? God, I hope. Okay, we should be okay. If not, I'm sorry ahead of time. I have other chargers. Okay, let's keep watching. We love to see it. Oh fuck, I was doing that. Okay, let's do this. If my dog goes barking, I apologize ahead of time. Okay. Oh fuck, I closed the coconut meme. Oh well, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We did it. You know what I want? Oh yeah, I'm doing Kamala. Doug Emhoff funny. Reacts to old photos. Oh, this is cute. Okay, let's watch this. Here we go.
Maya Rudolph has announced that she will return as the vice president on SNL. Is there anything she should be sure to include in her impression? Yeah, they need a good Doug character. So I'm thinking Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, Chris Hemsworth. You know, people who look exactly like me. Hey everyone, second gentleman Doug Emhoff here. And Esquire has asked me to explain a few things. So shall we get into it? How has your life changed since your wife and
disable performance mode. Is it working now? Okay, here we go. Okay, so YouTube chat should be working. Oh, everything's functioning again.
announced her candidacy? It's changed a lot. It's been a whirlwind. We barely get to see each other. So I'm also just looking up and seeing wall-to-wall coverage of, wait, that's my wife. Wait, that's me. And it's pretty surreal. But I've been to 6 or 7 states already. You can feel the excitement. You can feel the joy. And the hardest part, it's just not seeing her. Not that we got to see each other that much before, but it's 90-something days. We can do anything for that. So we're both committed to doing this and bringing it over the finish line. What was I showing the vice president? You can see the annoyance on her face. So this was during her primary run 5 years ago. And she's doing serious business campaigning, and I'm just goofing around saying, hey, let's take a selfie. So she was pretty annoyed. What advice would you give yourself if you could talk to this version of you today? Wow. This is me in law school. I just wanted to move so fast, and I pushed myself so hard in my career. I became an entertainment lawyer, which was my dream. And I would just tell that young man, you're going to get to where you're going. Just slow down a little bit and you'll still get there. Caption this photo. I still see that guy. So for me, it's like looking in the mirror. So I guess they put out some merch, and both our kids sent it to me like, seriously? Normally they're used to seeing Kamala out there all over the place. And so now to see me out there a lot, I think it's, they want me to be their dad. You may be spending the holidays in the White House. Do you have any plans formulating? Being second gentleman, you get to go there a lot and you get to see all the Christmas decorations. So I love all that stuff. I'm a traditionalist, so I think the plans are to kind of keep it the same, maybe throw a few more dreidels in there during the holidays, but it works. And I think most people want to see that. So keep it going. What happened when the vice president met my mother, her mother-in-law, Barb? We were all born in Brooklyn, raised in Jersey, but moved to LA in 1980. But that accent never left my mother. So she did something like, look at you. You're prettier than you are on TV. Mike, look. That's my dad. But the other funny part, we were at a restaurant and a bunch of her friends just happened to be in the restaurant. So not only did Kamala get to meet my mother for the first time, she got to meet all of her friends at the same time. Who is better at basketball, me or the vice president, and who's the most passionate fan? She's a legit basketball fan and a huge Warriors fan, and I'm a big, serious Laker fan. So we, love each other, agree on most things, but when it comes to the LA San Francisco sports rivalries, it's on. But I'm probably have a little more hoop skills. The family loves basketball. We all do. Ella played in when she was in school, and I would always yell at her, soft hands, and her knitting club is called Soft Hands Knitting Club. You've recently made a career pivot to being a TikTok star. What is the secret to blowing up on the platform? I think it's a secret to everything. You just gotta be yourself. You have to be authentic, you gotta be who you are, and there's a lot of energy on this team, and we really do an open source. Everyone's ideas are good, we talk about them, and I'm open-minded to it, so far so good. Any Gen Z slang you and the vice president have picked up from your kids? Cole's 29, Ella's 25, so mostly, they just make fun of me. That's about it.
Which kid's teacher did he fuck to ruin their marriage? I'm curious about that one, though. That one I do want to know. Which child was it? I'm going to say this one, because he looks more relaxed. So it had to be his teacher. That's my guess.
Vice President's cookbook.
Do you think it was the sister? Oh. Somebody else thinks it's the sister.
Vice President's cookbook collection has sparked a lot of interest. What is my favorite recipe of hers, and what do I like to cook? Myself. She can make an incredible roast chicken. She dresses it and seasons it, puts it in the fridge the night before. The next day, she's ready to roast it, and takes a lot of care in basting it and just getting it to that right crispiness on the outside and tender on the inside. So I think that's probably everyone's favorite, but there's a lot to choose from. I'm a breakfast guy. My grandfather taught me how to make scrambled eggs when I was a kid, and I've just gone with that forever, and it comes out great every time. This image is of the installation of the first mezuzah in an executive residence. Are you generally handing around the house? While I was putting the mezuzah on, my father was standing behind me, and it was the first and only time I really saw him cry. And so the answer is yes, I'm very handy around the house because of my father, who was a designer and is super creative and instilled in me and my brother and a sister too, like you got to take care of things yourself. And so yes, I'm handy because of my father who watched me put the
job. If she does it, she might wear it in rollers because of the sectioning. I could see that. Maybe she wears it at rollers at night, or like hot rollers before she leaves or something. And the mezuzah's really cute. I had a mezuzah on my childhood home. We brought some back from Israel when we went. It was really cool.
That mezuzah on the door. How did you know that Kamala was the one? It was a love at first sight situation. We met on a blind date, and we talked on the phone before the date, and we already kind of felt that chemistry. And then when I picked her up on the first blind date, by the end of that night, we were already talking about our future together. What are the 3 keys to supporting the vice president, who happens to be my wife? So first, it's be a good husband. I'm there to support her.
Wait, go back.
My wife. So first, it's be a good husband.
Bro, that dress is stunning, bro. Is it a dress? Can't see it, hold on. It looked like a dress. It's cute.
I'm there to support her and
Doug Emhoff is a certified wife.
make sure that I've got her back and being there for her. It's all
Ooh, that red is really cute on her too.
my wife. So first, it's be a good husband. I'm there to support her and make sure that we've got her back.
I like this red color. Cute.
Back and being there for her. It's also being good at being second gentleman. So it's advocating for positions in the administration, going around the country, going around the world, doing what I can to support her mission as vice president. And now on the campaign trail, as she's campaigning to be the next president of the United States, it's going out around the country, making sure people get out to vote, because this is a beautiful democracy, and hopefully vote for her. So this was great. It's a longtime reader of Esquire, and just be yourself, be authentic, and you know, we've got a great, beautiful country here, and let's just celebrate it.
We love the America. Well, it seems as real as it gets, you guys. I think I've done it. I really don't care to hear their love story for the 7th time, so I think I'm cutting it off there. We could go into, wait, who's Kamala Harris's runmate? They ever? I'm sure they announced it before. Kamala Harris running. Tim Walz. Who the fuck is Tim Walz? Is he old? Picking a running mate inside of 16. So Kamala nominee choice running mate has accepted as per source politics. Tim Walz accepts nominee.
Wow. Well, thank you.
Here, this is what I wanted.
Yeah, last night this was one of the most talked about moments from the convention. The son of vice presidential nominee Tim Walz.
You could certainly see the emotion on his face there as he listened to his dad speak last night. Our Sade Gray shows us how the teen is helping people understand his condition.
Tearful cheers from 17-year-old Gus Walz as he watched his dad, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, address the convention. The 17-year-old yelled, "That's my dad," as he stood, tears streaming down his face and pointing to his dad. Walz calls his son's condition a secret power.
Neurodiversity in general is that very unique way that individuals
ST Academy. She says a neurodivergent person is a person on the autism spectrum or someone whose brain processes information in a way that is not typical of most individuals.
It depends on the child, and it depends.
Okay, cool.
News Chicago.
Who the fuck is this? There's Tim Walz. Okay, now we're going down another fucking line. Tim Walz. Copy. Tim Walz. I need... Oh god, I can't type. Oh god, oh god, god. Tim Walz. Wikipedia, let's go. Okay, Tim Walz.
Walls.
Walls. Oh, my bad. Tim Walz. Walls. That's funny. American politician, former high school. Oh, wait, hold on. I need my beats. My beats. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, wait, no. We need you up. Thank you. Okay. Retired U.S. Army non-commissioned officer who had served 41st governor of Minnesota. Minnesota. Where is from? What the fuck? Missouri. Wrong M state, Minnesota. Okay, since 2019, he is the Democratic Party's nominee for vice president in 2024 United States presidential election. Bro, why is this person talking over me? That's fucking rude as fuck, bro. Okay. He was at the number of, He was a member of the U.S. House of Representatives from 2007 to 2019, and he was a ranking member of the House Veterans Affairs Committee from 2017 to 2019. Walls was born in West Point, Nebraska. After high school, he joined the Army National Guard and worked in a factory. He later graduated from Chadron State College in Nebraska before moving to Minnesota in 1996. Before running for Congress, he was a high school social studies teacher and a football coach. History was always my favorite. My favorite subject. I did not play football. He was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives for Minnesota's 1st congressional district in 2006, defeating six-term Republican incumbent Gil Gutnich. Sounds like that's how it's said. Walls was re-elected to the House 5 times before being elected governor of Minnesota in 2018 and re-elected in 2022. During his second gubernational term, he published and signed a wide range of legislation, including tax modifications, free school meals, bolstering state infrastructure, universal gun background checks, codifying abortion rights, and full college tuition for low-income families. In August 6, 2024, Vice President Kamala Harris announced Walsh as her running mate in 2024 presidential election. Walsh speaks in opposition of tax cuts and Jobs Act. Do we need 5 minutes of this?
I rise today as the ranking member of the House Veterans Affairs Committee, as the co-chair of the National Guard and Reserve Caucus, as the co-chair of the Veterans Job Caucus, and probably more importantly, as a retired enlisted soldier, to bring to your attention a number of provisions in the GOP tax bill that will negatively impact the men and women currently serving and transitioning in the United States military. I want to be clear, tax reform is a laudable goal. It would have been nice had we actually done it, had we actually had debates, had we actually had witnesses. 0, 0, 0. What we have is a closed-door bill brought forward, foisted upon the House with the, in my opinion, trying to think that the American people would not watch what happens here is pretty risky. These are folks in the military who risked everything to give us the right to debate things here. We should at least probably debate their future in an open manner. I hope you'll strongly consider, Mr. Speakers, each of these following provisions in this bill that will put the prosperity of America's heroes at risk. As the legislation is written, this tax plan includes provisions that will specifically harm members of veterans to help pay for tax cuts for corporations and the ultra-wealthy.
Okay, we got the point. When did he fight? 81 to 2005. That's like 25 years. He did his years. What a fucking G. Oh god, I'm not reading all this. Early life and education, 2024 political opinions, or electoral history. Oh, let's look at that. Tim Walz, Republican incumbent. Oh, this is saying what he won. 2008, House of Representatives. So he's very well liked. Kind of crushes it. It's crazy. That's crazy. This independent vote, like, literally, like, made it, right? Because, like, if these people would have voted either way, it could have, like, really made this number more, you know? These are such tight battles, bro. Look at these numbers. These are crazy. Democrat for Labor Party, Grassroots. It's like grassroots. Its third party established in 1986 to oppose drug prohibition. That's what I'm saying. Dude, that's my party. I'm grassroots party, bro. That's me as fuck. Good for them. Okay. So let's see. Early life and education. Timothy James Waltz was born April 6, 1964, In West Point, Nebraska, at Memorial Hospital, his mother, Darlene Rose Raymond, was a homemaker and raised on a farm. His father, James Cedric Walls, was a teacher, a school attendant, and U.S. Army veteran who served in the Korea War, as a child helped with family butcher store. Walls is a German, Swedish, Luxembourgish, and Irish descent. His great-great-grandfather, Sebastian Walls, immigrated from Keppenheim in the Grand Duchy of Baden, now in Germany, to the United States. One of his grandmothers was Swedish American, and one of his great-grandmothers was Irish American. He was raised Catholic. I'm telling you, I was surprised there. Walls and his 3 siblings grew up in Valentine, Nebraska, a rural community in the northwestern part of state, in an area of farms and Richland. In school, he played football and basketball and ran track. After school, he would go hunting with his friends. While Walls was in high school, his father was a chain smoker and was diagnosed with lung cancer. Jesus. After his father's diagnosis, his family moved to the rural village of Butte, Nebraska, to be closer with his mother's relatives. During the summers, he worked on the farm. Walls graduated from Butte High School in 1982 with a class of 25 students. That's crazy. Walls' father died in 1984, which left his mother and younger brother dependent on Social Security survivor benefits for support. He moved to Texas and took courses at the University of Houston in East Asian Studies. Okay, interesting. While enlisted in the Texas Army National, afterward he went to Arkansas, where he built tanning beds in a factory and was instructor in the Arkansas Army National Guard. In 1987, Walls returned to Nebraska and continued his education at Chardon State College, where he earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Social Education in 1989. Crybaby Walls and his son. Oh, look at Crybaby. Oh, wow, Crybaby Cry. What are you talking about? Crybaby. Holy cow, fuckers, you're a mod. Just put it in the chat, dude. Look at Crybaby of his son. Oh. Ew. Well, he's special. Give him a break. It's probably from all those chemicals from working inside of a factory or on a farm or something. Or just, maybe he's a science experiment of the Army National Guard. You never know. Could explain a lot. Alley Cats. Hi, Alley Cats. How are you doing? Oh, let me do my all chat so I can see what I'm looking at. I see what happened. Okay, X-Men, you're stupid. I love what we thought the same on that one. That's funny. Teaching. After graduating Chardon State College in 1989, Walls accepted 1-year teaching position at World Teach in Foshan, #1 school in, oh god, Guangdong, China. Ooh, that's funny. He described the Tiananmen Square massacre that happened right before he arrived as an important moment in his life. He said that the problem with China is not the people but the government, and that the right leadership, Chinese people could accomplish anything. After returning, he took a job teaching and coaching in Alliance, a town of 10,000 in western Nebraska. And in 1993, it was named Outstanding Young Nebraskan by Nebraska Junior Chamber of Commerce. While working as a teacher, Waltz met his wife, Gwen Whipple? I like that. A fellow teacher, and in 1994, the two married. 2 years later, they moved to Mankato, Minnesota, Gwen's home state, where Waltz worked as a geography teacher and as a football coach at Mankato West High School. The football team had lost 27 games straight when he joined the coaching staff as a defensive coordinator. How do you lose as a defensive coordinator? You just teach them how to block. It's not even that hard. Okay? after you lose 27 straight games. But I guess if the offense isn't doing their line, that's kind of their fault too, you know? How much were they losing? Oh, 3 years later, in 1999, the team won its first state championship. Okay, they flipped and reversed it. I get it, okay. Oh, this is crazy. In 1999, Walsh agreed to be the facility advisor of Mankato West High School First Gay Straight Alliance. He felt it was important that the faculty advisor was the football coach, a soldier, straight and married, to show different worlds can coexist. For 9 years, Walsh and his wife ran educational travel adventures. Mankato? Okay. What did I say? Mankato? Mankato? I will say it's super strange. Don't mind me. For 9 years, Walsh and his wife ran educational adventures, which organized summer educational trips to China for high school students. Walsh earned a Master of Science in Education and Leadership from Minnesota State University. How did you say it? Mankato. In March 2006, he took a leave of absence from teaching to focus on his congressional campaign. Okay, pause real quick. I want to see what his wife does. Hello, wife. Oh, she's a Gemini. Ooh. Is it American educator and public school administrator? She is the 39th and current First Lady of Minnesota, as the governor, Tim Walsh, in 2024. Her husband was announced Okay. Prior to her husband's election, Walsh worked over 2 decades of public school system as an English teacher. Her first teaching job was in Alliance, Nebraska, where she met her future husband. Early life education, worked. Okay, cool. So she's just a teacher. Blah 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 blah. Cool. I like Doug Emhoff's ex-wife's story better. I want to watch some of those movies. I love documentary. I love a good documentary. On God. Okay, what are we looking at? Okay. Military service. His father, with his father's encouragement, as we assumed, Walsh enlisted in the Army National Guard 2 days after he turned 17. His father had served in the Korean War and paid for his education degree with the GI Bill, and wanted his son to have the same opportunity. Walsh served in the National Guard for 24 years after enlisting in 1981. During his military career, he had postings in Arkansas, Texas, the Arctic Circle, New Ulm, Minnesota, Italy, and elsewhere. He trained in heavy artillery. Interesting. During his service, he worked in disaster response postings following floods and tornadoes, and was deployed overseas. In 1989, he earned the title of Nebraska Citizen Soldier of the Year Award. I'm assuming Soldier of the Year. I don't know what the fuck that means. After Walsh completed 20 years of service, needed for retirement, like I said, a G, smart, he re-enlisted instead of retiring, and cited the September 11, 2001 attacks were the main reason for his re-enlistment. Walsh was able to retire from August 2002, according to the National Guard. Damn. In August 2003, Walsh deployed with the Minnesota National Guard in Vicenza, I'm assuming that's how you say it, Italy for 9 months to serve with the European Security Force as a part of Operation Enduring Freedom. Walsh attained the rank of Commander Sergeant Major nearing the end of his service, and briefly was the senior enlisted soldier of the 1st Battalion, 125th Field Artillery Regiment. His decoration included the Army Commendation Medal and 2 Army Achievement Medals, and an Army Reserve Components Achievement Medal with 5 oak leaf clusters. In late 2004, Walz submitted his retirement papers. Walz then filed official documents to run for the U.S. House of Representatives in February 2005. In March, the National Guard announced a possible deployment to Iraq within the 2 years for Walz Battalion. Walz said he would deploy if called upon. The National Guard completed processing of his retirement paperwork in May, and Walz retired from the military service on 16th May 2005. He later explained that he wanted to focus on his campaign for Congress and did not want to violate the Hatch Act, which forbids someone political activities by federal government employees. That's confusing. Okay. Forbids some political activities by federal government employees. Can I help you? Hi, baby. The Minnesota Guard, During his political career, Republicans, notably Donald Trump, Charlie Kirk, J.D. Vance, and have used timing of Walz military retirement as a smear campaign that has been compared to swift boating. What the fuck is that? Okay, let's go. Term swift boating is a pejorative American neologism. I don't know what that means either. What does anything mean? In linguistics, neologism is newly formed word or term phrase, nevertheless has achieved popular institutional recognition, becoming most accepted. Used to describe an unfair or untrue political attack. Who cares if you retired? National Guard colleague Joe Eustace recalled that at the time Walz retired, his unit's deployment was only a rumor and not yet confirmed. While he enlisted superior, it was 2005. Leave the guy alone, bro. Though he was serving as a command sergeant, major at the time of his retirement, Walz's final military rank for retirement benefit purpose is master sergeant. Not completed at the required academic course to remain a command sergeant major before his retirement. So many fucking things. Okay, so pretty much he served in the military. Okay, cool. Good to know. Interesting. Okay. Governor of Minnesota. What does this say? Congressional tenure. He's a soldier. Stem cell research. Tax change deficit. Put an Iraq war. Opposed Bush's administration. The plan to send 21,500 troops to Iraq in 27, but voted in favor that in May of that year provided 95 million in funding to the war. So wait, he was against it but voted in funding? What the fuck? Negotiate to pull troops from Iraq. Well, you did a great job. Bruh. Oh god. In June 2009, he introduced a bipartisan resolution calling the federal government to relinquish temporary ownership interest in the General Motors Company and Chrysler Group as soon as possible, and said the government must not be allowed to be involved in those companies' management decisions. It's kind of real. And February 29, okay. Bipartisan, 114, Hillary Clinton, he endorsed Hillary Clinton, so he just seems to go like, he's a good Democrat. Okay, cool, great, awesome, amazing. Elections. Interesting. That smells really good. Whatever it is. It smells really good. Kamala Harris, police reform, George Floyd. Oh, George Floyd protest in response. Wait, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Wait, isn't this guy from Minnesota? Oh, he's from the place. That place. Ooh, rough. Oh, on May 26, 2020, the day after the murder of George Floyd, Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan demanded justice and called the video of Minneapolis Police Officer Derek Chauvin kneeling on George Floyd's neck disturbing. This guy's got roots. Walz elaborated the lack of humanity is disturbing in the video and sickening. We will get answers and seek justice. Yeah, what about those rape kits, bro? Can we get some action on that shit? Fucking disgusting. Disgusting. Police force in Minnesota. Fucking since the 80s rape kits, bro. Just fucking sitting in storage. What the fuck is wrong with people? Oh my god. It irks the fuck out of me. In response to riots in Minnesota, Walz partially activated activated the Minnesota National Guard on May 28th and fully activated it on May 30th. President Trump reacted to Walz's actions by saying he was very happy that he did fully agree with the way Walz handled it, and that's actually kind of cool. So wait, they're trying to smear him even though he did the right thing during this? This is crazy. It's like one of the craziest things that happened in the last like decade. Trump called Walz an excellent guy. Trump also publicly claimed credit for deploying the Minnesota National Guards. Walz's office said Trump had no impact on Walz's deployment of the Minnesota's National Guard. I would think so. I feel like that would be a local government thing, not a president thing. Several Republicans criticized Walz's initial response to the widespread protests following Floyd's murder. He later responded to the murders by ordering the Minnesota's legislature to reconvene for special sessions on legislation for police reform and accountability. Real! After police reform failed to pass the first session in June, a second special session was held in July. On July 21st, the legislature passed significant policy reform legislation. Jesus, I cannot speak. Legislature. Shut up. Move. Thank you. Passes end special session. A coalition of community.
We'll be back next year with a strong expectation
in 48 hours of their loved one being killed.
They passed those. I'm standing here with Tashira Garraway, whose husband was murdered by the St. Paul Police Department, Justin Tigan. And the families are united, families supporting families of police violence and Justice Squad. We have been united and stay united and go out in united fronts. tear and bang, another, you know, and we have been protesting every day. We have been meeting with the governors, with the attorney generals.
Families to speak with the Senate. We are tired of their crumbs. We are tired of getting less than. And we are tired of them trying to appease us when we want justice for our loved ones that we deserve here in the state of Minnesota. The politicians have blood on their hands. They have allowed this to happen to our people. They have allowed this to happen for them to hurt our people over and over and over again.
Real. So real. State Senate Majority Leader, no kids to be at school, choose not to, they can do homeschool, just talking about the COVID-19 shit. Okay. The governor supports compromise. Okay, hold on. Lawmakers in the middle of the residency, a large city, to encourage officers to live in communities they patrol, but it won't be mandated. That is real, actually. You guys ever see let's just do, where's Baltimore? Let's just say Minnesota. Redlining. Redline. I did a lot of research into this shit way back in the day. Images. This is old redlining map. Where is it at? Okay, so this is kind of, where the fuck even is this? Oh, 1993. I guess I could do, so do redlining app. Where is this at? Where am I at here? Oh shit. That's not what I wanted. Nope. 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 Images. Minnesota St. Paul redlining map. This is crazy. Effects of redlining. Just permanent heat risk for communities of colors. So, St. Anthony, predominantly people of color. And if you look at like, so where's this? Predominantly people of color. I wonder if this is like, this has got to be like the same redlining. Effects of redlining. Effects of redlining. Do duplicate. Crime. Maps. Minnesota. Images. Bro, if you literally look at this shit, it's like the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Honestly. Like the crime maps. Hold on, let me do this. So if you do this compared to this, you see, this is like, I mean, it's still darker, but where a lot of the color is where it's literally bright red. This is literally the effects of redlining. If you don't know what redlining is, it is... in the first 20th century, black residents in Minneapolis faced increasingly limited choices for where they could live. Discriminatory practices in real estate and lending included redlining and racial convents or deeds that included race-based restrictions on who could purchase the property. Redlining refers to the banking practices and restricted access to loans for property in racially mixed and predominantly black neighborhoods. So you can see, like, literally, if you split people up and you put them by category, you're gonna have, like, it's just inherent racism, whether or not we, like, want to admit it or whatever. But I can guarantee, like, what they're saying is this neighborhood having, like, either underpaid or overworked or underfunded police system to where they can kind of just get away with doing fuck all. That's why that happens. Yay! Good stuff. Okay. Several Republicans criticized Walt's response to the... Here, actually, you know what, real quick. I'm going to put this in the chat so you guys know. Say holy cloud fucker said, ah! I don't know if that was sarcastic or not, but fuck you. Okay. Several Republicans created a Walt's initial response. He later responded to the murder, ordering Minnesota's legislature to reconvene, police reform, The new compromise law included a limited ban. Oh, dude. Also, if you want another fucking deep dive, lead paint and crime areas and the relation of it. And they have been doing a lot of, what is the term for it? My parents help people do it, where they get rid of it. It's not renovation, it's what you have to do. You have to remove it. You have to do proper removal. If you do it publicly, especially with lead paint, it could be in the air. Lead paint's mainly in like the toxin in the paint, obviously, so you have to be careful when remediation. That's the word I'm looking for. Remediation. And when you remediate, you have to be careful. You have to test before, during, and after. It's kind of obnoxious, but it is what it is. But if you look up lead paint and like crime areas and where it's been remediated and where it's not, a lot of it obviously is like the higher rich areas, but like landlords should be required to do it, but unfortunately that's just not, it doesn't make money, it takes money, you know. The new compromise law included a limited ban on police from using chokeholds so long as officers are not in great risk. It banned Old Warrior training program, which was regarded as dehumanizing people and encouraging aggressive conduct. It required training peace officers to deal with people with autism or in mental health crisis. This is beautiful, actually. And de-escalation training for situations that could turn volatile. This is beautiful, actually. I think I remember Dr. Shiloh talking about this. I wonder if they have anything about this. Hold on, I'm going to ask Dr. Shiloh if she has anything. Please hold. Let me DM her real quick. Instagram. She should be off work soon, anyways. LA. We obviously talked about it quite a bit when it was all happening, but chat question. Did you ever cover this type of training in an episode? And okay, cool. Here you go, I text her. I message her. I don't have her number. I should give her my number. It's also created a special independent unit for the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension. The fuck you barking at? Criminal apprehension for investigations of fatal police encounters and community relations advisory council to consult with the police officer standards and training board on policy changes. Walls signed for this legislation into law in July 23rd, 2020. That's crazy, bro. Abortion in Minnesota signed to Protect Reproductive Options Act, which protects access to reproductive health, including abortion, contraception, awesome stuff. Environmental stuff, education stuff, cannabis. Walls advocated for legalization. Legalize it, bitch. We put it everywhere. Legalize it. Decriminalize that shit, Walls. You got my vote, if that's the case, bro. For real, oh god. Vice President campaign. What else? Israel-Hamas war. Walls condemned Hamas October 7th attacks. He ordered flags to be lowered at half staff in the following days. After the 2024 Democratic presidential primary, and 19% of voters cast uncommitted ballots, Walz took a sympathetic view towards those doing so in protest of President Biden's handling of the war in Gaza and calling them civilly engaged. Wow, how brave. Of the protest against U.S. funding in the war in Gaza, Walz said, "The issue is a humanitarian crisis. They have every right to be heard. These folks are asking for change in course. They're asking for more pressure to be put on. You can hold competing things that Israel has the right to defend itself, and the atrocities of October 7th are unacceptable, but Palestinian civilians being caught in this has got to end." Walz also supports the ceasefire in Gaza. Interesting. Labor rights, LGBT rights, anti-discrimination laws, pretty based. Veteran issues. Has served 24 years in the army. He was given the rare third community membership when he was assigned to House of Committee of Veterans Affairs. Interesting. What does that even mean? Standing overseas agencies reviewing kind of legislation and bills like jurisdiction, GI bill, oversight, veteran affairs, but who was given the third committee membership? Huh. Walz was lead House sponsor of the Clay Hunt Suicide Prevention for American Veterans Act, which directs Veterans Administration to report on a veteran's mental health care and suicide prevention programs. Oh, interesting. It also gives VA permissions to provide incentives to see psychiatrists who agree to join the VA medical system. Q. Personal life. Walz, married, blah, 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 evangelical Lutheran church. That's like cheating. That's not like a real, like, thing, right? I don't know anything I'm saying, honestly. That's like not real Catholic, okay? That's Lutheran. It's like half Catholic. I know, because I went to Lutheran school, so I would know. The Walz underwent fertility treatment at a Mayo Clinic for 7 years before their children were born. Jesus Christ. On September 23rd, 1995, Walz was arrested for on driving under the influence. What a G, bro. In Dwayne County, Nebraska. He pleaded guilty and reduced charge of reckless driving. His driver's license was suspended for 90 days. Holy fuck, bro. I guess in 1995. Walt's brother Craig died in 2016 after being struck by a falling tree during a storm while on a camping trip. That is some fucking horrible luck. Craig's son, who also was hit by a tree, survived but suffered severe injuries. It's fucking tragic. Walton and his wife sold their home and they moved into the governor's residence in 2019. According to financial disclosures made by while he was Congress, which a spokesperson for his 2024 campaign confirmed that he owned no stocks or securities. Their pensions are their only noteworthy asset. As of 2024, Walz has a modest financial profile. He owns no businesses and lists no income besides his salary as governor and his wife's teaching salary. That's crazy. Here. Hold on. Shiloh's asking me for something. Wait, shit. I didn't mean to do early education. We were obviously looking at vice presidential campaign, cannabis, education, infrastructure. Sorry, hold on. What was I looking at? Governor, this one. Elections, tenure, police reform, protests. This was it. Wait, is this the same thing? Hold on, let me see. This is the same link. Sorry, I need to unsend this one. Unsend. What were we looking at? Oh, is this new legislation? What did I send to her? New compromise law, a ban of chokeholds at risk, uproar criminal. What were we looking at? This training people required to deal. This one. Open a new tab. Interesting. Post search. Peace officers training. Crazy. Okay, what did she send me? Let's see what we got here. Oh god, what did it? Why is it taking me some whack ass? There we go. Autism. Search autism. This is 2024. Okay. Okay, this is California based, but it's still something. Holy shit, there's so many of these. Ooh, de-escalation. Oh god. Wait, are these for her? Because I wonder if these are her. Because if so, so cool. Oh my god. That's crazy. Performance Inc. That's crazy. Can you look up like training certification? Self-paced. I was wondering if she did any like autism, dementia. That's crazy, dude. It's wild. Huh. Training manager's course representative pork. Post learning portal. Cool. Anti-reproductive rights. Retraining completion reminder. Okay. Internal affairs investigation guidelines. Tourism. Interesting. It's crazy. Okay, sorry. Let's pay attention. Okay. What were we looking at? I forgot what we were doing. Anyways. Abortion, Moss War, LGBT rights. Da 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 da. Okay, we kind of made it to the end. Okay, we got one more, you guys. Because I can't do one without the other. Oh yeah, I forgot my music. But oh hey Jade. Oh god, I was gonna call you your real name, but I can't fucking remember what your name is. It starts with an A and I always fucking blank on it. Okay. Mike, wait, it's not Pence. Who's the one? Okay, let's just fucking look at Trump. Donald J. Trump. Who's the guy? Who's the dude? Not Pence. We're not doing Pence. We're doing the other one. Travel ban. Dude, I follow him on fucking YouTube. Oh, here we go. JD Vance. Hell yeah, dude. Let's go. This guy rocks. Okay, hear me out. Okay, hear me out, y'all. He's not as impressive by any means, but he's fucking funny. It makes me laugh. Bro, are we racist? It's just the funniest thing ever. Okay, let me go to subscriptions. Well, I guess you could just go to YouTube favorites. Hi, David. got this. JD Vance for Senate. Let's go, bro. Bro. Literally, like my favorite YouTube page. Literally so fucking funny. Which one is it?
A Tale of Two Tims.
Is this it? Which one is it?
Why are food and groceries getting so expensive?
No. Dude, it's so funny. It's like, it's the one who's just like... Hold on. I can find it. I got this. Dude, is it not on his page anymore? If so, it's so fucking sick. Oh, here. This one.
Republican candidate J.D. Vance, who's running for a Senate seat in Ohio,
is killing Ohioans. But it's... Are you a racist?
So fucking funny, bro. Are you a racist? Well, that's what they try saying about me.
Are you a racist? Do you hate Mexicans? The media calls us racist for wanting to build Trump's wall. They censor us, but it doesn't change the truth. Joe Biden's open border is killing Ohioans, with more illegal drugs and more Democrat voters pouring into this country. This issue is personal. I nearly lost my mother to the poison coming across our border. No child should grow up an orphan. I'm JD Vance, and I approve this message because whatever they call us, we will put America first.
Bro, it's so fucking funny. I don't even want to read this stupid shit. I just think this shit's funny as fuck. Right, literally, he's so funny. He makes me laugh. I feel like this is one of those political ads you hear on GTA radio stations. What the fuck? So real. Okay, play all. Here we go. We're gonna do this. Baby!
Ready? Yeah. You just chew for a little bit. Yeah. Can you guys hear that dog?
Yes.
So awkward, Rob. Cheerios.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'm JD Vance, and I approve this message because our children deserve better. I'm JD Vance, and I approve this message because...
Like, what is that big overrated?
Dude, that baby is so fucking cute. That's just rude.
In our family, I make breakfast. But since Biden took over, breakfast and everything else is much more expensive. Tim Ryan could have stopped this inflation, which is killing the middle class. Instead, he voted 100% for Biden and Pelosi's liberal plans for trillions in new spending and taxes. That's why groceries are so expensive. If Tim Ryan shared our values, it wouldn't be like this. I'm JD Vance, and I approve this message because our families deserve better. 20 years ago, I enlisted in the Marines. That same year, Tim Ryan went to Washington. I've never run for office before. Tim Ryan has run 13 times. He pretends he's a moderate, but votes 100% with Biden and Pelosi for trillions in spending that gave us record inflation, gas, groceries, housing, interest rates soaring, open borders, the rise of China. I'm JD Vance, and I...
Holy cow, fuckers. Housing, Marines.
Interest rates soaring, open borders, the rise of China. I'm JD Vance, and I approve this message because for 20 years, Tim Ryan had his chance. It's time we have ours. Why are food and groceries getting so expensive? One reason is that we let communist China buy up American farmland, threatening our food supply and our national security. Tim Ryan and Joe Biden make this worse. Ohio gave a poor kid like...
Bro, why does their governor look like he's like glazed the fuck over every time I see him? Look, bro, that man is drinking some shit every day.
Ohio gave a poor kid like me a fighting chance. but it won't work for the next generation unless we protect what's ours. I'm JD Vance, and I approve this message because I'll stop Communist China from buying our farms. America should belong
You can't stop China, bro. You just can't stop them.
to Americans, not our enemies. A tale of two Tims. TV Tim Ryan pretends he's with you.
I don't answer to any political party.
But DC Tim Ryan votes with Biden Pelosi 100%.
You've said that you don't like Nancy Pelosi, you love Nancy Pelosi.
I do love her.
DC Tim's been in Washington 20 years, supporting amnesty and opposing the border wall that would slow down illegals and drugs flooding Ohio. I'm JD Vance, and I approve this message because TV Tim is fake, but DC Tim is bad for Ohio. Liberals like Tim Ryan attack and defund our police.
The current criminal justice system is racist. I believe in my heart that it's the new Jim Crow.
Tim, fight the criminals, not the cops. I was raised on this street, where my grandma taught me that in America, kids can dream big. But we had something then that Ohio kids don't have today: safety. Streets are exploding with drugs and violence, while liberals like Tim Ryan attack and defund our police.
The current criminal justice system is racist. I believe in my heart that it's the new Jim Crow.
Tim, fight the criminals, not the cops. I'm JD Vance, and I approve this message.
Our family story is an Ohio story. My husband JD grew up in Middletown, and things weren't easy. JD shared his family
Not a white woman.
story when he wrote Hillbilly Elegy, and he wants for Ohio what Ohio gave him.
Crazy. 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 Wow. Republicans are so brave.
A fighting chance. Our family story is an Ohio story. My husband JD grew up in Middletown, and things weren't easy. His mom struggled with addiction.
Bro, I just don't care. Okay. I think we get the message, okay?
U.S. Marine Venture Capital.
We get the message, okay? Everybody, we killed it. Amazing stream today. I learned so much. Honestly, I feel so educated. What I think I will do on the next stream, though, is go back to my bitch Yoko Ono, bro. I think it's time. I found this video and somebody suggested, and I think it's time we learned some more, bro.
By the end of the week.
I just want to see Yoko Ono and the Beatles, but let's see. I've never heard of this YouTuber before. What's her things? Protest music and of the Bush era. Fascinating shit. I don't know none of this shit. I just know we should watch this. It's an hour and 41 minutes. I swear to God, if she tries to take Yoko Ono's side, I will have words. Other than that, I think I'm Gucci Mane. I'm tired. This floor is not comfortable. Also, I really want to play video games. I take bacon from Vance any day. Real. I would too. I don't care if there's poison on it. Bring it. So real. So real, honestly. This music's also very real. It puts me in a mood, bro. What else do I got? Are we ready to dip out? I think we're ready. I'm tired. Alright, y'all. I know I don't have a lot of people here, and that's totally Gucci Mane, because it wasn't for the people, it was for me. But if you are here,
right.
If you are here, and you want something different, and in the same vein, go check out Sansol. Go tell him I said hi. And I love you guys. See you next time, bro. Let me get some hold on, I got this.
talking about. Who's never left home, who's never struck out to find a dream and a life of their own. A place in the clouds, a foundation of stone. Many precede and many will follow. A young girl's dreams no longer hollow. It takes the shape of a place out west. But what it holds for her, she hasn't yet guessed. She needs wide open spaces, room to make her big mistakes. She needs new faces. She knows the highest stakes. She traveled this road as a child, wide-eyed and grinning, she never tired. But now she won't be coming back with the rest. If these are life's lessons, she'll take this test. She needs wide open spaces, room to make her big mistakes. She needs new faces. She knows the highest stakes. She knows the highest stakes. As her folks drive away, her dad yells, check the oil. Mom stares out the window and says, I'm leaving my girl. She said it didn't seem like that long ago when she